from Charlotte on Interscope?
No.
I was gonna say
JID?
No.
I'm pissed about that whole thing.
I didn't even know he was from Charlotte.
Baby Jesus, aka
Super pissed about JID.
Why?
What happened to him?
I don't know, Danger. Why would I be pissed about JID?
What do you? He stole something?
Like his initials?
Yeah.
Okay, but they may be his initials too. Okay.
No, it's not okay. It's hip hop.
The lack of concern on this man's face.
I mean, shit, he made it and you didn't.
Oh.
I suffered the wrath of slings and arrows.
Oh, he made it. He didn't. There you go. Well, we see what type of show it's gonna be tonight.
Look,
Super Hill, the Petty Messiah's here.
In the spirit of SmackDown, Jesus Christ, what's happening in here tonight?
If he verbally jump you tonight, you just got to take that.
You deserve.
This shit, fam.
Fuck
Fuck that.
Nah, fam.
Nah,
It's Hill turn.
You know,
Can't wait.
You know, I've never trick or treated with my kids.
Yeah, see?
You only have one.
Everything you asked me to do.
I'm just speaking in,
Not for
Kofi
nothing.
tone.
My deadbeat ass, I don't think I have either.
I truthfully
That's
don't.
fucked up, man.
I don't really get into that shit. I buy candy whenever the fuck she wants to.
LeJon. Hey.
Do the whole show in jazzy.
Why
voice.
we, wait, ladies and gentlemen.
Too much. All of that goddamn shit, player. Just ball. Continue. We didn't start the show with this.
You never get up all to say that shit.
I'm so tired.
My ass fall out, nigga. You never get me say that shit.
I'm so tired.
Bitches on my dick continuously.
Cause there's too many bitches on my dick.
You never hear a baller say that shit.
I'm so tired, ballin'. Cause there's too many bitches on my dick. Raise up off me, Trey.
Who motivates a bitch to suck a dick? Shit, me. More pad her ass to the crib like a spree. It started back when me and T Draper fuck a caper, cause we already got paper gator. Big blocks, Versace and all that shit. Being fly, we's a motherfucking sons of bitch. You can beat if you wanna. Ask Luana, that's my mama. She tell you there is no number to compare with a nigga in my state of mind. Cause I twist your ass up, push, stop, and rewind. No return from productive ass ballin' shit. That be the day they put my ass in a log and shit. See, I can call this shit millenniums ahead of time. I'm gon' fuck your bitch without really even trying. It's getting crucial. I got more loot than used to. Hoes be trying to sue you, and niggas be on my block be trying to shoot you. And when that nigga bust, go and get that thing. Motivated ball, I handle that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Let this shit ring and all this shit, you know what I'm saying? Bring the pain on motherfuckers if you got to, nigga ball.
I'm so tired, cause there's too many bitches on my dick.
You never hear a baller say that shit.
I'm so tired.
We gonna ball. We gonna ball. We gonna ball.
Welcome to the Broken Pencil Booking Company.
Smoking much dope in 90 fucking cents.
Broken Pencil Booking Company Wrestling Podcast, infused with hip hop. I am your host. I am Wood. Well, wait.
You sure?
Let me back this up. Welcome to the Broken Pencil Booking Company Podcast.
Yeah. Wrestling podcast. Hit it one more time from the top.
Welcome to the Broken Pencil Booking Company Wrestling Podcast, infused with hip hop. I am your host. Well, god damn it, I'm not just a host. Boop. I was making our own outtakes. This is what happens.
That's what's gonna make that shit even funny. You can leave all of that in.
Right in.
You can leave all that in for the intro. Now one more time. Hit it.
Welcome to. Am I a monkey to you? Like, am I?
Dance!
The fuck is this?
Dance! Dance!
Do your two-step, James.
Do it!
Welcome to the Broken Pencil Booking Company Wrestling Podcast, infused with hip hop. I am Wood.
You stay classy, internet. I'm Suave Burgundy.
Mr. Copyright Infringement himself, the Petty Messiah, is in the building. And the biggest man, the big man, and the medium-sized man, they've got a show for you. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be
Yo, hey.
made fresh daily with organic products, no preservatives or additives. This is the Broken Pencil Booking Company.
Let's get this shit out the way early.
Turn up.
You can't write this. Mark my words.
Nah.
Folk Life Shawty.
Yeah.
Broken Pencil Logic. Mm-hmm. And with the shit, adding number 6.
FT.
No.
FC.
Yeah.
FTCF.
FTCF.
Yeah.
That's all we need to put. But it stands for fuck the casual fan. All these are the hashtags.
Stole my thunder. Hey, yeah, the jacket move sets.
Oh, you go right ahead.
No, I'm gonna wait for the appropriate time because I'm sure there'll be some time in here where I can sprinkle that in. You have to stay tuned.
They're from the agenda. There definitely will be the appropriate time for this.
Yes.
Those are the
Stay
hashtags
tuned.
on which we can be found. BrokenpencilBC@gmail.com is the email. BrokenpencilBC on all things social. You can find us at that. You also can go to BrokenpencilBC.com for all of our archive shows.
.com.
Subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, all of your streaming platforms, or even go to brokenpencilbc.podomatic.com and subscribe there as well.
You can't
for
miss
all
us.
of the newest episode. We are here for you. You be there for us.
That sounds like a reasonable request.
All right. This is episode 21. 21. Yeah. Fastlane. We just had WWE Fastlane. Oh, today is Tuesday, March the 12th, year of our Lord, 2019.
Good job.
My man, I didn't even look at the date. How
That's
about that?
fantastic.
All this electronic shit around me, I didn't bother to look at the damn date, and I got it right. Guesses. We'll recap Fastlane. Hey, better than we thought it was pay-per-view.
I remember saying on the last episode, I was hoping that this show would be better than we expected. And
It delivered.
We got our wish.
Yeah, it delivered.
I was impressed. I was thoroughly impressed.
We'll talk some Raw and SmackDown shit. We'll have a conversation on who we think may be Kurt Angle's farewell opponent. We also, speaking of Kurt Angle, we're gonna put him in our GOAT talk. So this week we'll have some Kurt Angle GOAT talk. We'll slightly touch on our Broken Pencil BC year-end awards.
Ho ho ho! You thought we were gonna leave you without our opinion on the end of the year?
Boom, 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 boom. Oh, you didn't know? Boom, 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 boom. Your ass better call somebody. We also are going to have WWE.com or WWE Network has new episodes of Photo Shoot Up. Man, I got Wormhole this weekend watching E&C.
I've been meaning to tell you to get into that.
Jesus, Edge and Christian show that totally reeks of awesomeness season 2. We got to go back and listen to some episodes. We can't do it tonight, obviously, because of time constraints and the fact that we have shitloads of content hour-wise. We need to talk about predictions for WrestleMania, as some of the cards already been laid out.
Finally.
And we're going to have to go back and listen, but I think we may have some options that we had corrected.
We've called a couple of these.
We've applied some Broken Pencil logic to the card currently, and as it sits right now, we're looking at a decent card, but we have a lot of questions to be answered in the next 3 weeks.
As usual.
My man, the Petty Messiah, he was out last episode, battling a little bit of influenza.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Thank you.
This is what we're dealing with.
What in the hell is going on around here?
All right. As we pull up.
As we proceed.
This is like a bad boy heavy conversation, apparently.
Somebody owe us a check then.
I don't know, Puff. Hey, if you're listening, I know you got some room on Revoke. Get some real niggas on your squad.
Wait a minute. Special delivery. Special delivery. Real ones.
Real one. No Enzo.
Yep, there's your edit.
Straight to fuck.
Straight the fuck up. Like, how did you just start the episode? New Day got you riled up.
Man, listen, that and
Petty is back here trying to keep from falling on the floor.
Man.
Oh my God. Do you realize we would've got kicked out of wherever we was if we had did that somewhere else?
Anywhere else.
Hey.
Oh,
I'm not mad at you. Don't take that. Don't think that at all.
No. We do this at a high level, and we got to continue to operate at such a high level.
Indeed.
Shouts out to the Underground Cigar out in Fort Worth. We will possibly, I mean, that's a rumored location for our WrestleMania podcast, WrestleMania episode rather. We shall see. We shall see.
They got snacks.
It's a bunch of damn foods out there, and there's some food places over there, so we can figure it out.
All right, we'll get it.
Yeah, we can figure it out. Let's run down Fastlane real quick. What the fuck is happening?
I'm not certain.
I'm not either. Fastlane. We had an opening match in the pre-show. New Day, Big E, and Xavier Woods, because as predicted in the beginning of the pre-show, your boy Kofi was summoned to Mr. McMahon's office, which we will talk about here shortly as to what happened there. They knocked off Rusev America, as I call them. Rusev and Shinsuke Nakamura. Rusev America. With booted Lana.
You know what?
At ringside.
You should call it treason.
Oh.
Knock America. Well, Rusev's not Russian, so.
He played a Russian sympathizer being from Bulgaria. So, yeah.
He did.
Treason would be a good one.
But, I mean, his wife used to have a full-blown accent. She dropped that like Kofi dropped
So did
his
Kofi,
Jamaican accent. Like, I'm sorry. It devalued her presentation a little bit to drop that accent. Like, I understand she doesn't have it on Total Divas, but now on TV, just talking like a complete California Valley girl, it's like, bruh.
Not all things have to go through Total Divas, and they just make it seem like they want to make every ounce of Total Diva TV worthy enough to be shown on all WWE TV, and to me, that is not the move. I
want to speak to whoever greenlit her dropping the accent.
I've got a feeling we're gonna be talking about him later on this episode.
Nah.
You don't think it was?
I don't think we're gonna talk about Mark Carrano.
Oh, I was.
I'm pretty sure that's who greenlit it.
Oh, okay.
Now the order came from the guy we're gonna talk about later in this episode.
There we go. All right, so New Day defeats Rusev America, or Treason as we like to call them now.
Treason.
Don't really know what to make of this match, other than the fact that they were beat down.
Treason season.
New Day was beat down handily by the Bar and Rusev America. Post match.
You know what? The New Day on the pre-show actually had upset me earlier. When you texted me and told me it was on pre-show, I was like, why? Like, that doesn't make sense for any of the four. Now, with the way the story is going, I can make sense of it, even if that's not what they meant to do.
Okay. I think the only reason that ended up on the pre-show is because if you had this match prior to what happened after the Asuka Mandy Rose match, then you would have had basically back-to-back segments with all three members of the New Day, and absolutely no reason to converse edgewise about the things that happened tonight on SmackDown and or what happened at the pay-per-view.
Man, they could have opened the card and still done the same thing. But I get it. It makes sense for them to be on the pre-show.
When's the last time we've seen something like that happen where they can, have a pre-show match and they'll open up the pay-per-view with a storyline versus opening up with a barn-burning match?
They actually ended up doing both. So during the pre-show, they had the New Day match with Treason. Then Kofi starts his storyline. So that's part of the pre-show. So that was incentive to in the future watch the pre-show. So then you start off with, the greatest tag team in all of wrestling, the Usos.
Right now, yeah, they hold it.
So I mean, they did all three. They hit the trifecta.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to hold it. I can't.
This random Randy Savage.
Mm-hmm. Random Orton and Random Savage. The Randomites.
Random Savage.
All of you Randomites out there. Yeah. Random Orton, Random Savage.
I got a feeling he's going to be sitting here dropping Random Savage inserts the entire episode. I don't want that to happen, but if it does,
I think it'll enhance the episode.
Cream always rises to the top. Oh yeah.
See? That's enhancement.
So we're like Waldorf and Statler with Savage beside us.
I mean, however you want to put it together.
All right. Yeah, not
remember when Ross and Heenan did commentary with Savage for WrestleMania 9? Same thing.
This is that right there. Oh yeah.
With the toga?
Yeah. This is the toga party.
We're here talking about the greatest tag team of all time, the Usos.
They goats? Goat talk?
Quite possibly, yeah.
They're underrated GOAT talk, but I mean, they're 6-time SmackDown Tag Team Champions, so we need to start counting up their stats.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Especially if they're about to depart.
Oh, no.
I ain't heard no contract talks.
I mean, are we even in contract season for them?
Yep.
No.
They're up in April like a whole bunch of other people.
Oh, they picked up some new people, so we'll see about that. We'll talk about that a little bit too.
And we do have recent departures to address.
More?
Yeah.
More?
More from last week.
They won.
They're jumping off the ship like rats.
Not like rats.
Like rats, fam.
Match number 2 of the night. We had the Usos versus McMiz. And
Mismatch.
the mismatch challenge.
Yeah. There you go.
Usos pulled it off. I mean, Miz tried to do a D'Lo Brown-esque frog splash and missed handily.
It didn't work. No.
Looked good.
He looked good.
Swing and a miss.
Hit the ground.
The top rope standoff was hilarious.
That was low-key gangster shit.
I dare you. Jump.
You won't do it?
Jump.
Hey, Oos.
You
won't
smoke
do it,
crack,
Oos?
don't you? Jump. Jump.
Shane about to go across the ring and go coast to coast on one of the Usos. The other Uso standing up at the top rope looking at the Miz. Miz is on his back, and they meet in the middle. Crash and burn.
Shane with his super unsafe ass.
Shane just don't care.
Kicked Oos right in the quadricep. I'm like, and then you saw Miz rolled completely out of the ring. Like, they ain't finna land on me. I ain't finna miss WrestleMania fooling with y'all.
Not this year. I'm not going to the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal again.
But this was far better than their first contest. They worked hard. Shane sold being loopy and sold kind of having they're selling concussions a lot more recently, and I'm like, I don't necessarily know how to feel about that.
The way Shane did it, and the red flag with Shane was no officials came to check on him. And that's what made me raising the eyebrows like, this is about to happen right now. I mean, the writing has been on the wall for months. We called it on the Broken Pencil Booking Company. We called it that Shane and Miz were going at each other at Mania. We did call that one.
We just were trying to figure whether the turn was going to happen at the Royal Rumble or the rematch, because we didn't know if the Usos were going to end up winning the tag titles. Once they did, it's like, okay, here we go. Either the turn happens now or it happens for the rematch when they lose.
When Miz walked off from his pops, feeling dejected, he was about 3 steps too many ahead of Shane McMahon. And here comes the Pearl Harbor.
Unprotected ass clothesline to the dome piece.
If anybody should have been checked for with a flashlight, should have been Miz.
Oh, because Shane made it look real good.
Real snug.
He made it look real snug for the cameras. Like he get away with a lot of stuff, and I kind of feel like, you know, especially with a couple of spots I saw during this match, I feel like the Usos were like, hey, try that shit if you want to. And we gonna fuck around and break you off. Because that leapfrog into a clothesline that got him loopy in the first place, I don't think that was an accident.
So do you think that was actually part of, you know, the way to get him loopy, or you think he actually was loopy off of that?
I think it was snug. I don't necessarily think he was loopy. I just think he did a really good job of selling. But it wasn't soft either. It wasn't soft contact.
What a novel idea it would have been to have Miz genuinely blindsided by Shane's turn at Cleveland. We knew, first of all, it's in Cleveland, Miz's hometown. You do not win historically at your hometown. Only a handful of people have won in their hometown. Kurt Angle, John Cena,
right,
Charlotte Flair,
right,
and Sasha Banks that I can remember.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
Those are the only ones that in recent memory have won in their own hometown. I think Hug Life. Bailey has even lost at her hometown.
Probably so. I mean, she's been on a losing streak up until recently. As a single competitor, I don't remember the last time she won.
But I think that when that heel turn comes for her, because I think it's going to come for her versus Sasha, eventually she's going to go Hollywood Hug.
She's Ricky the
We
Dragon
hope so.
Steamboat.
If I was in Stamford, then yeah, sure, you'd get that because I'd push for it. Truth is, you may not know. I mean, we do know we have some WWE team members that listen to the show. Hi,
Shouts
guys.
out to you.
Appreciate
Hi, guys.
you. Oh,
How you
yeah.
doing this week? Hope everything's going well.
This week, bring up Randy.
But look,
It's gonna be a side by side on Instagram with Randy Orton and Randy Savage.
Random.
it's Randy Day. Are you feeling Randy?
Randy.
Now I'm writing you captions. But look, here's one cool thing that came out of this.
10%.
It's absolutely coming out of this for Miz, and he doesn't even know it. Well, he didn't know it when he had the shirt on. The Cleveland is awesome shirt.
Yep.
That's gonna push his merchandise like through the roof because of what Cleveland has done for their team in the last 48 hours.
Oh, do tell.
Oh, so you don't know?
I'm completely out of the loop.
Odell Beckham Jr. just got traded to the Browns
Wow.
That's
for
right there.
a
is
first,
macho.
a third, and Jabril Peppers.
Wow.
The Browns had already traded for Olivier Vernon from the Giants again to play defensive end. Sheldon Richardson just signed today with them, and if I'm not mistaken, Kareem Hunt is a Brown now.
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, I
has
did
a
hear about the Kareem
minefield
Hunt
of people
situation.
to
They're just
throw
waiting
to.
upon the investigation to figure out when they can put the suspension on him.
And they already have Nick Chubb. So on the cool Cleveland skill position looks like Wakanda.
Wakanda forever.
It's Wakanda Tech.
Oh yeah.
And then you got Baker Mayfield, the transfer student.
A&U.
So yeah, like that shirt is about to go through the roof because
it is Browns colors for sure.
that's the dopest shirt I've seen Miz have, except for the
That might be one of the dopest shirts in modern history, just because it's the colors of.
It's not black, so it makes it stand out.
Number
for
one, it's not black. It's the colors of the team of the hometown which he's representing, without even like putting that name on it. He just says this Miz is awesome or Cleveland is awesome.
Yes, Cleveland is awesome.
Yeah.
I'd wear that shirt because I mean,
Because
because
dusty, it's old. That's an old shirt. It's a vintage finish on that shirt. I love it too.
that's what I'm saying. Like because I'm a proponent of rooting for chaos, I now want the Browns to be as successful as possible. Because I love rooting for chaos. If I can't have my way, I want everything to be burned down like I'm Seth Rollins. Burn it down! No. All right, let's go to the next match.
Oscar.
I got one other question
Yes,
for you
sir.
guys. How is it that Shane McMahon has the best orchestrated angle of WrestleMania right now?
You think that's by design?
Of course it is.
Complete accident.
I mean, I think
When you're calling the play and throwing the ball,
No one
how does the
expected
offense
it to
not
be
score a
invested.
touchdown?
the crazy thing is the best angle for WrestleMania is actually the Kofi Kingston angle. The problem is we saw it 5 years ago in New Orleans.
You know what? But I like it. I like it because now the champion is the same guy that was supposedly suffering from that, and you see what happens when people like him get in power.
There you go. Now,
Nice.
I don't think they'll play that angle up though, but I would.
another thing too, it really doesn't matter what comes out of SmackDown. Any angle coming out of SmackDown is pretty much gold when it comes to making a match at Mania. There was one Mania, I have to do my research on this one, that every match was a main event quality match. This Mania is slowly building up to be that because we got AJ hints of AJ and Randy Orton tonight.
Oh, that's happening.
Of course, we know it's going to, but there is no concrete evidence that it's in stone. We got Miz.
Let me check the gram. You know how that go.
Yeah, there you go. We got Miz and Shane McMahon so far set for Mania. We also have Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar set for Mania. We have, we'll talk about the Raw side here in a minute. But I think that's pretty much it. And Usos have nobody to dance with right now.
We got Suit Tista.
The Hardys.
Oh yeah, we got we got Triple H versus Sutista.
Yes.
And then you said the Hardys versus the Usos. Yeah, that's definitely going to be good. That's going to go down.
They're
That's
brothers.
what their angle is.
Brother
Not
versus
like
brother.
us.
We're brothers.
But not like us.
We're happy and we're singing and we're colored. Give me a high five.
You're probably gonna end up with Roman Reigns versus Drew
Drew
McIntyre.
McIntyre. I like that guy. Oh yeah. Solid player in the game.
So I've seen this name used on Tamina's Instagram, but I don't think they're going to recognize this name on WWE TV, the Samoan Slaughterhouse. I love that team.
Those two?
Yes. Tamina and Nia as the Samoan Slaughterhouse versus Pinup Strong. Beth Phoenix and Natalya.
Huh.
It's probably going to happen.
Pinup Strong, huh?
That's their moniker.
Okay.
So it's either those two, or it's gonna end up being like a triple threat for the tag team titles.
Yo, speaking of
the Samoan
Natalya,
Dynasty.
before we go into this Oscar Mandy Rose talk, who the hell told Natalya it was okay to go visit Dana Brooks' lip doctor?
Who is keeping eyes on Dana Brooke while she's not on television? 'Cause she has looked different the last 3 times in a row she's been on television.
Completely to the
drastic
point
changes.
like unrecognizable.
Dana, stop, please. You was doing good. You was good how you were. Whoever's telling you whatever they're telling you, don't do that.
And whatever it is that she's doing,
I'm gonna have a Drake moment. You don't have to do this.
She's dragging herself out, like she's dragging her diction out like she's on some alcohol. I'm not saying she's drinking, but every time something new happens with her diction gets slower.
I don't know what's happening. Like I don't know what's going on with the tanning. I know she's dieting and trying to shape up and all that kind of stuff. It's a lot going on right now, and there are drastic changes, and I just want the best for you.
All right, Oscar versus Mandy Rose
should have never been on. That should have been on the pre-show.
And
not because of Oscar.
This is the dumbest damn angle ever. I mean, we've seen some shit happen where we actually have certain things become a part of a storyline. Never in my years of watching professional wrestling, sports entertainment, whatever you want to call it, have I ever seen a ring apron. A ring apron as a focal point of a storyline.
That was a terrible spot.
It happened again on SmackDown with Sonya Deville.
Didn't make it any better. Sonya Deville is probably a better opponent for Asuka. It shouldn't have happened. So, at this point, because we're 4 weeks away from WrestleMania, what Asuka should do? Asuka should run the gauntlet of SmackDown women because there's no one real challenger for her. So walk her to the ring, give her a grand entrance, and let her mow through everybody on the roster.
And then what?
I don't know. Don't care. Don't care because all your top talent is leaving SmackDown anyway. Because it seems like Charlotte's going to be on Raw. Becky's going to be on Raw. Rousey's either going to still be here or going to go home. Brie officially retired this week.
Bella?
Yes.
Okay.
Nicole shouldn't be far behind.
How the hell did Brie retire before Nicole? And Nicole has one that had the neck surgery.
Brie has children.
Well, we know this, but...
I mean, there's your answer, but I don't know.
To no fanfare, she retired, but I digress.
I mean, she might get a segment at WrestleMania, but
do they go? No, there's no way they go into the Hall of Fame this year. There's no way.
Nah, I wouldn't.
We don't have a woman yet, though.
We don't have a woman in the Hall of Fame.
No, for this year.
Oh,
China's going in with part of DX, but as far as a solo,
I don't know if you get one of those this year. Like, okay, give me somebody who could go in. That would matter.
I mean,
they will make a significant splash. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Technically, Brie would simply because of Total Divas.
Luna Vachon.
Oh,
is Luna already in or no?
That's a good question.
Let's double check that.
And
yeah. So TPN, what I'm gonna what I'm gonna need you to do for the next episode is pick another wrestler and master their impression. So
already
you can do this.
Got one.
Sauce money.
On top of the game. Oh yeah. Looking up Luna's stats. Gonna see it.
No, Luna is not in the WWE Hall of Fame,
Mad
although
Dog
she is part of the
baby
Cauliflower
girl,
Alley Club.
Luna Vachon, Hall of Fame. Oh
But
yeah, dig it.
honestly, I don't even know if there's anybody still around that could actually induct her because
let one of the divas do it. Women's division, all right. Stephanie.
Is
I like
Tatanka
her.
still around?
Stephanie McMahon.
Maybe Tatanka can do it.
Do it.
War Eagle Chris Chavis.
Who's going in the Hall of Fame this year anyway?
Degeneration X, Hall Honky Tonk Man, Tori Wilson,
There it is, right
Suckers
there.
Gots to Know.
That's
and
your
Harlem
diva.
Heat.
Harlem Heat, your newest WWE Hall of Fame inductees this week. We finally get to see straight shooting Stevie Ray because Suckers Gots to Know.
Suckers needs to know. Oh yeah.
So yeah, Tori Wilson is our lady going.
She's our
in.
lady.
Yeah, she is.
So
Okay.
no one else is going to be forced into that position.
No.
So who
Kelly
opens
Kelly
up though?
gets it
So
next
we
year.
gotta have an opener. And we gotta have a warrior recipient.
I don't think you're done with inductees yet.
Oh no.
I still think Taz goes in.
Whoop-de-doo.
We'll talk about it.
Doesn't move me one way or the other because if you're going to pull somebody from ECW, my vote is for Rob Van Dam.
The whole damn show. Yeah. Dig it.
So, okay, before we talk about the next match, we go backstage again, where Kofi is standing outside Vince McMahon's office, dressing room, where he was summoned to be there an hour beforehand and is still out there pacing. Meanwhile, Big E and Xavier see him pacing and wonder why he's still outside the dressing room, and Big E happens to walk on in there. As he's walking in there, Vince is yelling at Big E, over Big E, telling him that, "Hey, Kofi, I've been waiting for you for over an hour. Why haven't you come here?" The kookiest moment ever for the pay-per-view. To which Big E and Xavier Woods save the day for Kofi once again. Vince McMahon sounds like he's putting Kofi into a WWE Championship match as a part of the triple threat, but all he does is let it be known that there is a triple threat and that Kofi's match is next. Kofi's match is not the triple threat match and instead becomes a handicap match. I'm sorry, a beatdown massacre versus The Bar with Big E and Xavier Woods banned from ringside.
Yawn, snore.
It was exactly what it sounds like, a fucking train wreck. Kofi lost. We fast forward.
I see what they're doing, but every time you book angles like that, you have to stop and ask yourself, is it entertaining? Because this wasn't.
Somehow Vince thinks that it is.
That's the problem. That is the exact problem right there. We gotta reel him in. Gotta reel him in. He's drifting off.
At what point do you stop feeding your child sugar and tell him what's causing you to bounce off the wall?
I don't know what to do about Vince. I mean,
Take him out back and shoot him. I mean, that's a good one.
that's not my responsibility, but that is a plan of action.
They need to direct his traffic to an arena that is empty every week.
Let's reenact the limo scene. The exploding limo.
No, I never want to see that again.
I mean, that's how it would have worked.
That's how it should have worked.
Bringing him back to television has been the best, worst thing ever.
I mean, he even said it himself. He didn't want to come back to TV. Why come back then? Nobody asked you to come back.
No one is realizing or looking at him
Well,
on a
hold
daily
on,
basis.
hold on,
It looks like his health is failing.
I'm gonna let Randy walk off. I got to talk on that because we talked about this earlier. So he had to come back. He'd have a choice with everything that took place from the guy that we talked about earlier. From Wood, he had to come back that next week. He didn't have any choice but to come back and give a statement from the WWE as a company.
No. We're not talking about then. We're talking about now.
Even with now, I mean, it still makes sense for him to come back.
No. He said it himself. He did not want to come back to TV.
Of course he didn't, but he's Vince McMahon.
This
He's-
is true. So
this is the ultimate showman we're talking about. And honestly, a lot of the things that he has done lately have been super archaic and a little wacky. I can understand that.
Wacky as fuck.
But he is still the mastermind behind a lot of the moments, most, if not all, of the moments that we've seen. Sans Russo and his shtick, and even the guy we're going to talk about later. Like,
and I know we give him credit, like say he's behind everything that happens on TV
because he has to sign off on it.
But that means the good and the bad. So all
Everything.
the good stuff, yeah, you got to give him credit for. But
he
all
was,
that
he was
bad
Katie
shit,
Vick.
That's
He's
his too.
responsible for Katie Vick.
Yeah,
he's
he-
responsible for.
He's exactly.
like-
he's as much Kurt Angle in the milk truck as he
He's
is Katie
responsible
Vick.
for the corporate ministry. He's responsible for Stephanie's kidnapping. He's responsible also
For Mae Young,
Mae Young,
giving
yeah,
birth to a hand.
Then he's also the guy that okayed Steve Austin hitting him with a bedpan. Like he's
Right.
responsible for things. He's responsible for Austin 316.
He's responsible
get
for
it.
Sacco.
I get it that there's ebbs and
Sacco's
flows.
not necessarily bad, but he's also responsible for the Cobra
Well,
in the same vein. So like it's like
He's also responsible for the Great Khali.
he's responsible for the Great Khali and he's responsible for the Undertaker. So
Right.
you can't.
Well, here's what I'm saying. one of the people who is highly regarded as probably the best verbal performer on the brand, Paul Heyman, in his former life as a promoter, as a manipulator of talent, as a owner, would always say, accentuate the positive and downplay the negative. At this point in his life, we can all agree that Vince McMahon is not what he once was in a live forum with a microphone.
No, I feel like what's going to happen now, and we're watching the rise of him as he goes into WrestleMania to defeat The Miz. Shane McMahon is about to become Vince.
I'm cool with that if that's what they're going to do.
And that's what they're doing now.
But how you should deal with Vince, instead of continuously sending him out in front of a live crowd to stutter, stammer, and look unprepared, let's pre-tape some of his verbiage so that we can maximize what is left of the character.
The Mr. McMahon character, honestly, is and has always been a caricature. It's supposed to be over the top. He's supposed to say things like what he said to the New Day. He's supposed to act the way he acts. He's supposed to walk out there with the grapefruit walk. He's supposed to get to the crowd, pander, and then tear him all the way down.
No, not old man murmur under his breath where you can't hear his lines. I mean, let's pre-tape him so we can get the most out of what's supposed to be said. He's got scripted lines or he's got bullet points. Let's put him, give Mr. McMahon a full-scale office. Everyone always hears these stories about Vince has an office in every arena, and it's usually either a locker room or a broom closet, depending on how he feels that day. Give him an elaborate set-up office and send people in there to talk to him in
Jack
pre-tape.
Tunney style, but
That's it.
Yeah,
had to come back for it. WWE President Jack Tunney. Oh yeah.
Just stop sending him out to live crowds to almost fumble the ball.
right.
Because
Vince McMahon.
here's what's gonna happen: you keep sending him out there with live crowds, and he's gonna have an accident, and no one wants to see that.
Yeah,
It almost happened tonight on
yeah, you
SmackDown.
do. Everybody wants to see that.
We'll
People
come,
love when
we'll
Vince
come back
messes
to
up.
that. We'll come back to that. Revival versus Aleister Black and Ricochet versus Squad Glorious. Another snore fest.
I don't care.
Not a snore fest, but
I don't care.
not what I was looking for.
The Revival finally wins a match since regaining
And
the
I don't
tag team
care.
championships, and it doesn't matter.
No one cares. Like that's
Revival cracks corn, and I don't care.
like they come out here and do everything. They're not the Revival from NXT
They need a team to work with. They need a team
to work with,
to build a feud and work with.
like the Usos.
Speaking of team, to
Unify
work
the
with,
tag team titles.
That's what you need. You needed the Revival to be tag champs at Survivor Series.
You just unify. Let them boys. Hey, let Rikishi's sons hold the belts for everything.
Unicorn these tag titles.
I mean, let them boys have it on their neck and in their hands when they come out. Hey, what's happening, everybody? You know, we got both of them.
Set tripping with these
every
belts.
week.
I got the red. Oos, you got the blue. Oos.
Nah,
What
you
gonna
take
do?
one. You take one, and I take one. Oos.
Man, we both red and blue. Oos.
Welcome
To the Uso Penitentiary.
You see how easy this is?
Day one ish.
You see
And
how
when they do it, they're not gonna give credit, but when they do it, the 6-man tag team champions told you to do it. So that's why you're gonna do it.
I just completely feel like that
Yeah.
we should have unified tag team champions that defend on both brands, because your women's
Every
tag
week.
team champions are going to
It's
defend
just
on
Monday
all three
and
brands.
Tuesday. Literally, they only have to work.
I want to see the Usos go on
on
a grand tour on all three brands and defend. I want to see the
Give them the
Usos.
NXT titles too.
I want to see the
Look,
Usos versus Undisputed Era.
I want to see the Usos versus Street Profits.
Then I want to see the Usos versus the War Raiders.
I want to see the Usos versus everybody. Just kicking people in the face.
That's
and diving
that's
on
the
stuff.
and then that's the next shirt. Usos versus
Usos
everybody.
versus everybody. Well, actually, no, they can't use it. The guy that owns Detroit versus everybody would sue.
Just spell it different. Everybody.
Well, there's a team in Impact called Ohio versus everybody.
They gonna get sued.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Look, they gon' get sued. You see what I said? That's a future.
Remember we had this we had
They've
this
been around that for 2 years now.
We
I
had
ain't
this
get sued
conversation
He ain't got
last
to him
week.
yet.
It's about how you spell it. ERR' body.
URR. You put the U. Usos
Everybody.
versus everybody.
Everybody.
Oos.
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 First and foremost,
Upside your head. I
don't
said
you just
oos
feel
upside
like
your head.
Oos is the way to say without saying it on live TV? It's got to be.
Nah,
It just translates to brother,
that's
actually.
it. my guy.
bull
Mike
and
G.
shit at the same time.
All
like,
right.
Dead ass.
Talk to a Samoan. Ask him.
Google it.
There's that.
Google them
they're just
shit.
making that up. First and foremost,
we're not.
We're not.
when they were first saying that, they didn't have anything to do with that. They were saying it because that was their name.
No, that's
Look it
their
up.
name. The reason why that's their name is because they're
So their
brothers.
name are Brothers?
Yes.
That's the dumbest shit ever. That's worse than the Major Brothers.
Have you seen their what is it, their 24 hours or their chronicle that's on the network about how they ended up in WWE? They explain the origin of the word oos.
Still feel like it's the N-word. Don't care what you say.
Oh my God. This guy.
I'm never going to back off from it because it seems like that's exactly what they saying.
All right.
I
so,
mean, you live your life how you see fit, but there's proof out here to the otherwise.
Yeah, we got to say something to make it seem good for the network. We can't just say, yeah, you know, OOS stands for...
Not because then you give people clearance to start using it in a negative manner, and they start
yeah.
trying to attack you with it. Then you got to slap.
Like Shane did?
Shane, exactly.
Yeah,
and you see, Shane got kicked in the face about that.
Yeah.
There you
quickly.
go. Like, fam, you not oos to be saying oos.
Say OOS. OOS.
Nope.
I don't give a damn what kind of shoes you have on. You ain't oos. Deuce here.
Bobby Johnson.
OG Bobby Johnson.
Kick you in the face.
He
man.
ain't even from Acorn. I'm just saying. Now
Yo.
get the Clippers, hook him up. Nah, he ain't even from Acorn.
South Central.
That's worse than being from Los Santos.
I'm out the. Oh, man.
damn.
Grove Street fam.
Grove Street families, homie.
Oh man.
Say, homie, we gonna get the families back together.
I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out.
I'm out.
All right. So Revival versus Aleister Black, Ricochet versus Chad Gable and Bobby Roode. That decent match. Revival snuck in and got their titles, or one. Or they retained the titles, but
Nice.
hell, they've been losing the last couple of weeks. Whatever.
Finally, get him a win.
Build them back up.
Samoa Joe bullyfoots his way into a 4-way
Yes.
for his own belt.
Joseph.
Joe sitting here watching Andrade, R-Truth, and Rey Mysterio argue about a match, and he says, "Fuck it, put them all in the ring with me. They ain't walking out."
Joe.
Joe came in there, showed ass, and dipped real quick.
Those four had a fantastic car accident.
R-Truth in this Black Cena shtick is killing me.
It's hilarious.
It is greatness.
I love
It
it.
is hilarious.
Boss Hug Outlaw versus Nia Jackson Tamina, the Samoan Slaughterhouse.
That's all. That's what I'm calling them. Samoan Slaughterhouse.
Hey, man.
Cue up some Slaughterhouse.
Slaughterhouse. That match, quick match. Boss Hug retains. I don't even
I don't
know.
understand how that even happened.
I have no explanation for it, but
Logically,
it
they were supposed to
happened.
lose.
I don't remember.
It happened.
Which then set up the angle with Beth Phoenix and Natalya. So it looks like we got some legends coming back for
A paycheck.
yeah
Yeah.
WrestleMania payday.
And not for nothing. It was funny to see Beth Phoenix actually taller than Tamina for a hot second. Mm-hmm. Thanks to stacks on shoes.
It's the same person that eliminated the Great Khali in the Royal Rumble.
With a kiss. With a kiss.
The age-old question, answer
Sonya
to that
Blade.
question: what that mouth do? It
Eliminates
gets
homegrown
people.
people.
you eliminated. That mouth gets you eliminated from the Royal Rumble.
7-foot killers.
What that mouth do?
It gets you
Here on the
eliminated.
Broken Pencil Booking Company.
Man. All right, next match, Daniel Bryan versus Kevin Owens and Mustafa Ali. Mustafa Ali was the third party, and we knew
Shat upon heavily.
that Kofi Kingston wasn't going to end up in this match, and we knew that we were going to see the second coming of TJ Perkins and Mustafa Ali come and be the third person in this match.
This ended up being a really good match. I like how it ended up.
I was surprised by it.
Once the crowd settled down and stopped booing and chanting for Kofi, they actually, put on a great effort. KO almost killed himself.
But you know why the crowd was booing and chaos because of Kofi. You know why they were booing, right? Fickle. They're fickle fans in Cleveland.
No.
Fickle.
No. It's not in at all.
No, you
Fickle.
take that appropriated culture and take it right back over there where you got it from.
Go get that-
They're cheering for the man that deserves an
With
opportunity.
the stone
Who's going to get his opportunity? They just hate the fact that how we're going to get
Spice
there.
store.
All right. So
Becky Lynch limping to the ring versus Charlotte Flair.
I don't care.
In a match that was
Just
held Becky not liable. I don't know. Held WWE not responsible for anything that happened to her. And to which Ronda Rousey comes in, smacks the shit out of Becky Lynch, and gets her DQ, gets Charlotte DQ'd, so that way we now have a triple threat once again. We did all this just to get back to a triple threat for the women's title at Mania, for the Raw.
This is stupid.
It is stupid.
Stupid.
It is.
It's stupid.
I can't even argue with Petty. It is stupid because you just had a match to get the person who won the Royal Rumble back into the title match. Why?
Stupid.
It's stupid.
And you know what else? Doctor?
You know what else?
No, we're gonna suspend you.
You know what
okay,
else stupid?
You're suspended. Come in and beat up everybody. We're gonna kick you out. We kicked you out. Guess what? We're gonna give you a match to get back in. This is stupid.
You know what else is stupid? Her continuing to walk around with that crutch, and then she dropped it tonight like she was completely healed.
Look, everybody.
And then limp to the ring.
Jesus.
Like why not do that at Fastlane? Like sell it, walk to the ring with the crutch. When the bell rings, throw it, charge Charlotte, and now you're healed.
And shake your leg and show everybody that you're healed.
Take the brace off.
Jump or something.
Do something.
Dive.
What do you do?
And then you can still work a match, and then you can air quotes re-injure the knee during the match. Get put in the figure eight.
Tell
and
the
have
story.
the same finish.
Tell the story.
Who's in charge here?
Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
Well, I mean, ultimately, yes, but I mean,
We sleep at the fucking wheel.
We're gonna crash, everyone.
Wait, I thought we liked this pay-per-view.
We did.
But
This has nothing to do with the in-ring performers. Anytime I critique pay-per-views or shit I see, it has to do with the storytelling.
If Daniel
Some of this
Bryan
shit
can
is
chant
inconsistent.
Fickle, we can chant stupid.
All right.
And this was stupid.
It was fucking stupid.
The main event. The last time ever.
I don't necessarily believe last time ever.
Nah,
but okay.
This is great writing, though. Yeah, go ahead.
Last time ever. The Shield
I got a theory on this too, but go ahead.
versus Baron Corbin, Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre.
The makeshift mafia.
What was that?
The makeshift mafia.
MSM.
Hey, I'm on one tonight, buddy. I'm with the shit.
He came into the Sportatorium parking lot and got instantly healed and chair shotted by two of his tag team partners.
I'm on my Eric Embry, buddy. We tearing banners down in this bed.
And he's bloody.
For real. Like, man, y'all are not finna.
So the makeshift mafia versus the Shield 4.0, for those of you counting at home.
Yes, that's exactly what this
Why
is.
are we calling it 4.0?
Because we can. We need to.
Because this is the fourth time they've reunited.
You can never break up a group, really. I mean, if we all broke up,
Shit.
they're not going to call
Shit.
it BPBC.
One of them turned heel full blown 4 months ago.
Two of them turned heel.
No, 4 months ago, one of them turned
within
heel.
the dichotomy of that group, two people have turned heel.
We have counted this shit already, and we're including injuries and layoffs.
Really?
So this is the fourth time they have reunited the Shield on television.
I'll give you a better example. New T-shirt. How many new T-shirts have they had? 4. Because first time they were selling flap jackets. By Shield 3.0, they had cartoon T-shirts.
They had the cartoon dogs,
Oh, yeah.
and now they have a new shirt.
The Hounds.
That's a dope shirt. I don't have a problem with that.
The Hounds in a triangle.
Matter of fact, 2.0 was the Cerberus. They actually had the dogs on it.
Yes.
I'm not against that. But here's the thing. I mean, it's just a Shield. We ain't got to go through all these iterations. It's not like new members were added.
I mean, that's us keeping count.
Yeah.
Well, either way, we still had a pretty decent. Actually,
Shield
not decent.
4X.
It was a good match. It was a very good match, and I was very surprised to see that the fans still have not gotten back to the point of booing Roman. I hope they don't, because he doesn't deserve it.
They shouldn't. I mean, here's the whole thing. They felt like because of Roman being, air quotes, the chosen one and being the corporate, the new corporate face, they wanted to rebel against that.
Isn't anyone the new corporate face? Becky's the new corporate face.
That is very
that goes
true.
to show you how
Pandering is everything. Like,
right.
We just don't like Roman because it's anti-disestablishmentarianism. It's going down. Like, fuck y'all.
How dare you use those big words on the Broken Pencil Booking
yo.
Company?
Fuck the casual fan, man.
I agree. How long have I been saying
You've
this?
been saying that, and look, if you don't like Roman just because it's the cool thing to do,
Use
suck
a
dick.
ho-ho.
Like, you a ho-ho out here.
That's twice tonight that you've been big leagued with fuck the casual fan.
Well, no.
I'm gonna get mine off. Don't worry about it.
But I had to throw that one out there because fuck the casual fan.
Look, when I catch mine off the backboard, clear the gym.
Right. The glass is breaking.
That's it. Because when I drop mine, clear the gym.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's it. Right? Ain't gonna be no more rapping tonight.
Right. With Roman, if he had never, like when I said it, I meant it. Leukemia, greatest thing that ever happened to him.
Oh God.
Greatest thing that ever happened.
We know what you mean.
Because he got out there,
I know
he
exactly
beat
what
it,
you
and
mean.
then he came back, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, we love you so much." This is the same man y'all shit on literally 2 minutes before he told y'all, "Hey man, I got leukemia."
Hey man.
Leave. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you booed him on the way to the ring when he was about to drop the
Now y'all
title.
got tears in your eyes. Wait a minute, I didn't want him to die.
That's how fake you people are. Because you've almost chanted "Die Roman Die." You did it to his cousin.
You did it. You definitely did it to Flex Cavana.
Exactly. You booed the hell out of Flex Cavana.
Y'all hated Flex Cavana.
And that's my whole thing. Like now he's not being scripted.
Y'all
hard.
didn't boo Leaky.
He's genuine.
Like,
He's being genuine in his delivery. It's actually him. So now
all the stuff you complained about is gone. He's
gone.
not the chosen one. He ain't even fighting for the belt at WrestleMania. He didn't come back and do that.
He
let his brother go fight.
he'll
Brock Lesnar
be
for it.
upper mid card.
But it's his belt.
True.
He had to lay that belt down.
He never lost.
From a storyline standpoint, should nobody else go to the Mania and fight Brock Lesnar?
But
then
the
they
one-
fucked over Finn Balor with the same thing.
Right,
so.
I was just about to say they fucked over Finn
It's
Balor,
his
but the one thing Roman has not done is bitch about the fact that that's not his belt. But so I said, well, that's not
Storyline wise,
They're
ain't no
just
reason
not
for
ready
him
for
to.
that yet.
not yet because
don't know what
it's
to do.
going to be with Seth. It's going to be with Seth.
Nah.
I really like this match. I like the finish. As loud
finish.
as they chanted for Roman when he does the powerbomb and when he does ooh-ah, how loud the arena is now is like it's like light years different between that and like how he got booed out of Cowboy Stadium for WrestleMania 32.
They hated it.
Bruh,
Like,
I had never
Shaq
seen anything
upon-
like it.
Like, what is wrong with y'all? This man is actually doing his job. Like, boo!
Yeah, he didn't do anything wrong.
He came out to the ring.
He followed the booking,
He
bruh.
beat the crap out of people. He was a face in peril for a bit. It was great.
They scripted him with some corny ass lines.
Oh, of course.
And then every time he did get some momentum, they would do something to turn him back the other way. But here we are now. Now here's my theory about this whole one last time thing. I'm still not of the belief that Dean Ambrose is gone.
You can't walk away from the E, fam.
You can, because
People have.
people are still doing it right now.
AEW has encouraged people to walk away from
But
the E.
they keep saying one last time for the Shield, and they're doing it with such certainty.
Like, the last time ever.
And then, match with Drew McIntyre notwithstanding, because they may play that angle.
I figured they would.
The draft is April 15th and 16th.
Okay.
What if you split the Shield between shows again? And that is your caveat for one last time, because they'll never be on the same show again.
At least for a year.
You can switch them up as many times
can
as
keep
however
putting
you
them on
want to, but
different
you never
shows.
put all three on one show ever again.
And I think that's what they're more alluding to. I don't think Dean Ambrose is leaving. I think he might take a couple months off.
They're too over of an act for you not to put them on television
I don't
in
even
some
understand
form or
why you
fashion.
would ever break them up.
Like if
First of all,
I just don't understand
just
why
give them gold.
I don't understand why you're overemphasizing the fact that he's leaving. We talked about this on episode 19.
Like, he can't leave quietly?
or 20 rather, huh?
He can't just leave quietly.
Like quick.
This is last
we
day at
know,
work.
like the people who aren't smart marks, they go to the websites and read too. We know that he's gone. They made it knowledge that people who are on Twitter and Instagram know he's gone.
Are you trying to get him to
But
stay?
you haven't publicized the contract situations of at least 3 or 4 other acts who all expire in the same month as Dean Ambrose.
Or
Dean
talk about
Ambrose
those
is
who
important.
have left that actually had an impact, like TJP.
Dolph
We
Ziggler.
ain't worried about that.
Well, we don't know.
Ziggler, as far as I know, is still with the company.
Yeah,
'cause
we
he-
don't-
He just did an episode of Photo Shoot.
Yep.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Dean Ambrose, first and foremost, I don't think they knew they were going to catch lightning in a bottle with the Shield. I don't think they thought people
think
were
they
going to
did.
respond to it. Like that, not like that. Like, they were heels when they first came out. They was lackeys. They was coming out beating up people for the authority.
You mean like the initial Shield debut or just period after that?
Just period. Like, well, the initial one. Like, when they first did it, and they came down the ramp and beat the hell out of people.
Because they had on fucking turtlenecks. They looked like dweebs.
What is this?
They look like off-brand security. It's like, get these marks
world.
away from me.
Of the world.
Craig.
Yeah.
All right, so we fast forward to Monday Night Raw. We come in with the Shield making their farewell address, which is Roman Reigns saying thank you. Again, overemphasizing the fact that Dean Ambrose is leaving. Michael Cole, that is. To which we have a departing Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. And then we find out that, ladies and gentlemen, Paul Heyman is in the building.
Oh, shit.
We bring back 2004.
Ain't no stopping me now.
The gold standard, my draft pick.
The God MC came out.
That would be the only way he'll make television.
Hey, by the way, Brock Lesnar's homeboy is here to beat up on
Hey, God damn it, Michael Cole! Like, if you're going to make that much information available about Shelton Benjamin, about his relevance in this whole angle,
Don't do it after our Black History show.
Facts number
Fam.
one.
And use the exact same facts that we brought up here. Brought to you by the Petty Messiah.
Number two.
Come on, fam.
Number two.
If you're gonna do it, you don't have to be so round about it. But like my man was like, oh my God, he was friends, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
Even beyond that, number three, make sure the man's going to win.
Nah.
he was
You know,
never
you
gonna
know. That's what I'm saying. You're not gonna. You
win.
don't
He was
give.
never gonna win.
You don't give that much information for someone who's going to lose.
Seth Rollins will not take a L for the next
until he
6
takes
weeks.
Brock's L.
Exactly.
Till he gets F5'd into oblivion on WrestleMania night.
And then,
So Brock walks out the champ.
No.
Hell yeah.
No.
Nah.
Brock walks out the champ.
No.
Brock walks out the champ.
Nope.
Brock.
Okay,
Walks
we'll
out.
table it because I mean we got your prediction.
we got
That's,
one on it.
now that's one of them fuck the casual fans, but that ain't my alley.
Look,
Yeah.
like,
That ain't my putback dunk.
All right. After that, is that rain? That's wind.
The winds of change. Shout out to Wade Barrett.
Who?
Winter is coming.
Wow.
And me, Wade Barrett, I'm going to be there.
You're gonna apologize to Bad News Barrett.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Good God.
I really wish they would have kept that going for him, man.
That was the
Yeah,
greatest.
he
That
is
was dope. The crazy thing is, I think he didn't like that. That was wild.
That was
Straight up and-
fantastic.
Straight up and down, that was the best thing going for him.
That was great.
I'm afraid I've
Got some bad news.
That's almost better than besmirched.
That gimmick was his saving grace.
It really was.
I don't know why he didn't like it.
Put Regal with him, slap it on the slap it wag.
Fast forward. Next up, we have Bobby Lashley.
He's gonna get my vote for most improved.
Jesus Christ, I love Bobby Lashley
versus Finn Balor.
He is
Lashley.
He is really working his ass off. Pause.
Lashley.
What's that?
He's really working his ass off now. Pause.
Jesus.
Like his work rate has increased
Jeez.
significantly.
So much better than when he was throwing Umaga through gates,
So much better.
helping
than
Donald Trump win matches.
I
don't even miss the headband anymore.
I'm about to say I'm glad the headband's gone
That is
because
the dumbest headband on it. What are you saving yourself from? Head chips? Like, what's happening there?
He's keeping the sweat from rolling into his eyes.
No one cares.
He has no. He cares. His vision.
You shouldn't have a head shaped like a milk dud, and then you would have that problem.
He can't help his hereditary baldness.
No, she shaves that.
Well, obviously, if he's got a moon roof,
Does he have a Sherman Hemsley?
we don't know. He keeps
We'll
it
never
clean.
know.
It's tens, but he keep them clean.
He's like an oversized baby.
no, that was Braun Strowman. You put some reverence in your voice when you talking about Braun Strowman.
No. Braun Strowman at least had hair.
But he
Bobby
still,
Lashley has always looked like a 3-year-old running around.
You mean to tell me that Braun Strowman and the Wyatt family didn't look like Gerber?
Not really.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
When they gave him that mohawk, it was a different piece.
back with the shit. Bobby Lashley with the help of Dominate.
Leo Rush.
The baby.
My man came over there and rung the ring bell. If you haven't seen it, it's
one of the funniest old angles revisited once again. Everybody's wondering what the hell is going on. Lio Rush rings the ring bell, causes Bobby
baby.
Lashley.
so much
I'm on
chaos.
their ass today. And people ever bad today. Yeah. We gotta put that in the post edit. Let's go jam.
Oh man,
Leo got a fade though. Y'all didn't remember that
he
one?
did.
Leo
He
got
did.
a fade.
He listened
A
to the
real
show.
one.
He went to Atlanta
From a barbershop.
in
Did he go to
Atlanta.
Swag Shop?
He might have. We should ask him. He ain't gonna
We
answer.
should ask Killer Mike. If Mike got the video.
Somebody know.
Leo
But he
winning
got a
that thing.
fade. So I want to commend
And
him
it's
for
crispy
that.
too.
It was.
The line was right and everything.
It was a professional. It wasn't a backstage.
When he took that
fade.
hoodie off, I was like, he got a fade.
Like, bro.
Oh, by the way, Bobby Lashley won, y'all.
Damn.
So what was this whole mega super push that Finn Balor was finna get?
Oh, we needed somebody to go to NXT UK and do some great things, so we decided to give him a belt.
Suck me sideways. I'm not trying to hear this. See, that's how the dirt sheets be lying. to
Suave Burgundy.
Exclusively on the Broken Pencil Booking Company, a wrestling podcast.
Infused with hip hop.
Fuck the casual fan. Organic, fresh made daily.
Well played, sir. Well played.
Oh man, but yeah,
He won. And you know what? It's not like Balor did need the belt.
Yeah, he needed something.
And he got one. And it gave him the push he needed.
Move him to SmackDown and stop playing games.
Come on. Let it be part of the SmackDown 6.
He just put him over there on SmackDown with all the other indie darlings and
I'll
top
flip it
flight
flop
wrestlers.
y'all way into
just-
oblivion.
Like, yeah, cause
Hey, you know what would be cool? Put him back in NXT.
nope. He doesn't deserve that.
Not happening.
He doesn't deserve that.
And let him go run roughshod over NXT.
He doesn't deserve that. His star truly is too big for NXT.
It really is.
He is truly outgrown the
I'm just trying to give him a place where he can have a belt since Tommaso is hurt.
No. You know what? He doesn't need to turn heel, but he kind of needs to have a Becky Lynch moment. I know you can't stand Becky Lynch, but
Actually, if Finn Balor started whooping people's ass for no apparent reason other than he's Finn Balor, I would be totally behind it.
Exactly.
We've been asking for that for 2 years, though.
Finn need to dress in all black again and still off on somebody.
Say Fergal, hit people in the face, fam.
And start talking about how he ain't getting no opportunities.
You gonna stop first naming these folks, man?
You big leaguing me?
Prince
You
Dick-
big leaguing them.
You out here big leaguing me?
He's shaking hands and shit.
But yeah, it's time. It's time for him to have
He
that
got to
moment.
beat
Because you don't have
people up.
anything else for him to do.
Nah.
He's not going to be champion of Raw anytime soon.
They really fucked up the whole go out there and mug folks when they did Gallows and Anderson dirty. Because they could have did that to get the same thing they were doing with AJ or tried to do with AJ, which I like the way they played it with AJ, but they could have done it with Finn on
Are
such
they
a high
gone?
level.
Well, you know what?
Wait, are they gone?
We'll talk. That's in
We're
the
gonna talk about
conversation.
that.
I didn't know if they were still there or not.
No,
but I was
that's
like,
the
hey, bring the
conversation
club back.
Okay, I'll say this. Remember how I said when Seth wins the title, he's probably got about 6 months worth of challengers, even with the roster reshuffle.
First challenger that needs to step up.
That's not what I'm thinking.
Oh.
I'm thinking. Remember I said Drew McIntyre champ by SummerSlam.
Oh, yeah, that's going to happen.
I'm still with that. Who beats McIntyre? Balor.
Strowman.
At SummerSlam?
Strowman.
Strowman ain't holding shit, but his nuts.
Nah, Strowman.
Next 6 months.
Strowman
beats-
needs some refreshing too.
That's what I'm
It's gonna
saying.
be a while.
Strowman has enough time to refresh, get big, get brolic again, and beat the living hell out of Drew McIntyre.
I think Strowman should win next year's Rumble and challenge whoever the SmackDown champion is.
I agree with you.
But the way I would have it go here, I'd have Seth beat Brock, defend, get to SummerSlam, where Drew is still going to be booked as a killer, lose to Drew. Drew can defend, and depending on how long you want to drag this out, whenever you're ready to drop the title, drop it to Balor.
I'm not against Balor being the person to take it off Drew.
Because it's a hero story. He's the underdog. He finally gets to work with
I
someone that
want him
put
to
him
win
over.
that championship as the demon, though.
No problem.
I mean, that's probably what's going to happen when he does get it.
Only way it's going to happen.
I'm tired of the James Dean thing. It doesn't work for him.
Take that goddamn jacket off.
And I was saying, pick a fucking
Burn
jacket.
that bitch.
Like, don't come out there with
Stop
different
coming out there
jackets.
dressed like Lex Luger.
Burn that damn jacket. Set it ablaze.
You know who he reminds me of? Alex Wright.
The
Das
casual
Wunderkind.
fan. God damn.
Yeah.
He does look like Das Wunderkind.
Look, wait.
These motherfuckers. Hey, y'all hitting this shit over here just like
Oh
that's
my
Wonder
God.
Oh, that's what he looks like. I was like, who does he look like? At first, I was like Lex Luger, but then I was like, nah, that's Das Wunderkind.
Oh, that was.
You remember when they rebooted him and he was
I wasn't there for that.
nah.
Oh, Blitzkrieg.
Yep. No. Berlin.
Okay.
Berlin. Hey, that's right. Come to the Broken Pencil Booking Company. You get wrestling history.
shit that you don't need to know.
Hey.
All the useless facts right here.
He was running around with the wall.
Yep.
Rest in peace to the wall.
Rest in peace.
All right, going forward after
Pun
all this shit.
intended.
Finn Balor just got way too much of our time right then.
Nah, he needed it. He
Oh,
needs
shit,
attention from somewhere.
whatever. All right, look. So Ronda Rousey,
He
punk
needed
ass.
it. The last
He
4
needs
months for him has been a
attention
sham.
You're not just gonna
Somebody
shack
lied
upon
to
Ben-
him.
Finn Balor like that.
Somebody lied to that man. The last 4
Why
months
would
of
you
his
do
life have
him
been
like
a fucking
that?
lie.
He never did nothing to you.
Man, I'm just over trying to run a
Man,
damn
you got
show.
that whole ass senior citizen out here hyping you up. Don't do that.
All right, going forward. Ronda Rousey.
Yay!
No, power walking to the ring with purpose.
Yay!
Yay!
She hops on the microphone.
Turn up.
She finally nails a promo where she doesn't like trip, fall, and stumble over every damn thing. But
She nailed 2 out of every 5.
Come on, man.
but this one is so fast, like you had to rewind it just to get to catch the pause.
But that's what it is.
That's
She
what it
tries to
should
talk
be.
too fast.
No,
But she nailed 2 out of every
She
5.
put commas where the periods were. That's all she did was ramble about religion and the church.
Well, check out the promo she cut on YouTube.
Oh no, I saw that one.
That's a body bag award if I ever heard one.
We talked about that last week on the Four
These
Body
are
Bag
truths. I'm
Award.
just saying she can cut a promo. It's just I don't think she can censor herself, and you can tell they're handing her lines to remember. Not
Ronda
letting
Rousey
her
just want to
speak.
come out there and cuss everybody out and say, I want to beat your fucking face in.
I mean, and they should let that happen.
No.
We need to bring back the pre-tape.
You know what's going to happen? Paul, say something stupid. Like,
Bring-
that's what's going to happen if you let her do it.
Bring back the pre-tape vignette interviews, and she can do that same type of interview where she's getting her hair braided or taken down in her own situation. Let her cut her promo. That way she can nail it, and then it'd be concise.
She could be Hollywood Ronda Rousey. No, I'm saying she could be Hollywood Ronda Rousey, where it's just doing the exact same thing, where she's with her team all the time. The
All
only
the
time
time.
you see her is either the week before a match for a contract signing or the week of a match where she's in there
She
defending the
needs
belt.
a team
No.
Taz.
She needs an advocate, and there's only one.
And
No.
advocate and okay, give her advocate and then team Taz. She needs hangers on. She needs an entourage.
Similar to that of Big Dave last night. Not quite as bad as Big Dave.
Suitista.
Standing there looking like a nose ring mouth.
Give me
That was great, though.
Come on.
Actually, to tell you the truth, I'm so glad that the WWE production team is
Come on,
undefeated.
Hunter. Give me what I want.
Hey, by the way, before we get we come into that, how about the kick that Ronda Rousey laid on Dana Brooks' gut?
Woo! This is Sparta!
Sorry, fam. Dana Brooke is obviously going through entirely too much. She does not deserve to be kicked square in the.
She tried her best
She
to plead her
got
case
kicked
last night, and
right-
for her efforts, she got kicked right in the gut.
Flat. And I know I
Square
can tell
in the
her not to
solar
win out of her
plexus.
because she fell like hard. Like it wasn't a bump.
Now Ronda out
M.
here shooting.
Bison.
It did look like she fought in bison.
Damn, bro.
Then she picked up. Then she slapped the ref.
Okay.
Ronda was out here sunning refs.
So
and
we've
everything.
seen Ronda Rousey dress as Sonya Blade. What if she comes out for WrestleMania dressed like M. Bison?
I wanted to come out dressed like Chun-Li.
No.
Chun Li's too cute.
And still
You
beat
do
the-
that for SummerSlam.
look, beat
You do
the
that for
Holy- yeah, you do
SummerSlam
that
when you're
for
a
SummerSlam.
face.
Yeah.
When you're a face at SummerSlam,
You know
do
who she
that.
need to come out like? Sagat. She need to come out with them same color trunks on and a baby teeth and just beat the living hell out of people.
Oh my God.
She need to come out like Sagat.
So does that mean Becky Lynch coming out like Blanca?
She gonna come out like Cammy.
You damn right. You damn right.
She gonna come
will.
out like Cammy. And then what? I don't even know who Charlotte can come out. Charlotte
Captain Marvel.
Oh shit.
Y'all are killing me.
But you know WrestleMania is cosplay season.
Yeah.
So you need to figure out what superhero Rey Mysterio is going to dress up like. Should be Ant-Man.
Not Flesh Man that he dressed up like tonight on SmackDown.
Fam, first of all,
Jesus Christ, fam. Oh, those is that?
This is this show for children.
Oscar has like the most clusterfuck like outfit on like
She got a strap around her stomach.
I love it.
But you get it. You know what I'm saying? Like you get it with her.
I love Oscar.
Rey Mysterio came out like the male version of Oscar with a flesh colored singlet on, similar to that of like One Man Gang.
Wait a minute. Yo, wait.
One Man
I think I got it. I think I got it.
What?
King Kong Bundy just passed.
It wouldn't have been flesh colored.
No. There's a black.
It makes sense. There's black on it. Like I think that if we can find it, I think that was in honor of King Kong Bundy. That's what I'm gonna say.
Because
I'm not gonna believe
Ray had full legs. Ray had full legs.
Yes, but Ray's legs aren't flesh colored.
No, I get it. The whole.
But he
shit.
had on a singlet on the outfit.
Yo, he was out of control, fam.
I need to see this.
All right.
Singlet.
No, we're going to the VTR, the videotape recording back in the 80s and territory days.
He just found it. We had to do that.
This is
Sparta.
This is terrible. He looks like a blow-up doll. This is terrible.
He does look like a blow-up doll.
Like no lie, he looks like an inflatable lover. Pause. What is this trash? Get your DX blow-up doll.
Actually, on your phone it looks gold. On TV it looks like his skin.
It looks terrible regardless.
Wait, did you catch Joe duffing him to the point where he actually fell? Like, look at that again.
Joe missed a punch.
Joe hit a punch.
No, but he was falling. Oh, back up real quick too to the pay-per-view. To the pay-per-view.
Swat.
Elias giving song commentary. He was the unofficial host of the pay-per-view. He came out and gave song commentary the entire night.
That absolutely seems like Bruce Pritchard booking. Like they finally made decent use of Elias.
Well, he came out last night on Monday Night Raw in his hometown. And we thought what he did in Cleveland was great.
That boy came out there.
He came out and healed this.
I love none of you.
As a fan of the product, if you have DVR'd Monday Night Raw, go out of your way to listen to this damn promo from Monday Night Raw on March 11th. Elias is a fool with it. That's all I have to say.
I just wish they would figure out something to do with him.
I wanted him to be face. Stop tripping.
Who?
Honky Tonk Man is going to the Hall of Fame.
And
Let
he's
that boy win something.
And Elias is going to
That's
crown him over the
probably
head.
what his WrestleMania moment is going to be. He's going to break a guitar over
Honky Tonk Man's head. Yeah. Other than that,
No, because he's a heel. So he's going to get a guitar broken over his head.
Honky Tonk Man, anybody goes to the Hall of Fame goes in as a face automatically. So
Honky Tonk Man is going to hit Elias with a thing for the WrestleMania moment. He's going to hit him with an El Cabal.
Boo, I don't want that.
Boo.
old school thinking is leave the business better than you left it.
But Honky Tonk Man ain't putting nobody else.
Honky Tonk
So
Man.
you're not new to this,
They
fam.
just got a chance to put him in the Hall of Fame. You know how long he been tight? No, I don't
You
fuck
know
with y'all
why
like
he just got in the Hall of Fame?
Funny thing is, we just talked about this last week before the show and didn't realize the Honky Tonk Man was already in because whilst we were recording the show, that's when they. Oh, actually, no, it was the night before they announced it, but we missed the announcement.
Yep.
That was crazy.
that. Honky Tonk Man.
Nia
Everybody.
Jax versus Natalya.
Don't care.
Yeah, pretty much.
I got to see Beth Phoenix.
Again, yep.
And that's who should come to WrestleMania dressed like Captain Marvel.
On the cool, but you already know if Charlotte has an idea, she don't care who else got it. It's hers.
That's two
Ask
people.
Keith Lee.
Two.
Basketball.
That's a really nice idea. Can I use that?
No,
She got a green light on whatever she see.
that's a nice idea.
It'd be
Be
a
Don't mind if I-
if something happened to it.
Why we all had the same exact thought?
because we see this shit
Be a shame if something would happen to that
out here cherry picking.
gimmick.
If you don't get your cherry picking ass in there,
Hey, we
and
just
learn
talked,
your-
we talked about cherry picking just before. Hey, is that yours? Here's a tree. Give me right there. That's mine. And this one over. Ooh, that's a. Right there, that's
But I'm
mine
saying,
too.
your father gave you a built-in shtick. You didn't have to steal anybody else's.
Chick Flair, everybody. Chick
Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A.
Chick
That's
Flair.
it.
That's who you are.
That's it. That's it. That's all. Get you some Porsche sunglasses and go to work.
Go to work. And yeah, you already got the role.
Her dad, if he was absentee, all you had to do was learn how to be raised by him from watching what he did on Saturday nights. 52 of them per year, except for the 2 weeks where the Braves preempted the show and he didn't come out.
Not with a Braves.
60. Hey, the show came on 6:05 Eastern time. If it went off at 7:35, you knew the Braves were playing. 'Cause that shit wasn't going off to 8:05, fam.
And that's your world champion, Ric Flair. Thank you. We're joining tonight on the MLB with the Atlanta Braves.
And shouts out to Ted Turner for the 05 shit. That's some other shit. Watch the show 5 minutes after the hour.
That's the overrun bleed so you get the rating on the next show.
Man,
Dukes of Hazzard will not be seen.
I know how to beat the system looking ass.
Yep.
Yeah, Triple H, Batista. Oh, I'm sorry, Suitista.
Suitista.
So we went from
Shiny Suit Man.
we went from Batista to Deacon Batista, back to Batista, to Bootista, to Blue
You
Tista.
forgot about Leviathan.
No, I didn't. To Suitista. You see what I did there? I know you did.
No, you tried to no-sell a really important fact. Yeah, Leviathan, everyone.
What about Jujitsu Tita?
Yeah, you forgot about that guy.
Jiu-jitsu
That's the guy that they
Tista.
showed on the picture for the promo for the actual match. It's Jiu-Jitsu Tista. You had to put the jitsu in there. It would sound really weird if you try to say it.
So we've got Triple H, Suitista, and a career versus career match.
It is not career versus career.
You don't think so?
That's not what they. That's not what they're advertising. They just say no holds barred.
Give me what I want.
First of all, I think either Dave got really high and forgot a couple of lines.
Yep.
Or
Because he went from 10 to like 2.
he kept going from like super
went
violent.
down.
It was kind of cool though, going from super violent to super calm.
Give
But
me
it really
what
looked
I
like he
want.
got incredibly high before it was time to do these promos.
I mean,
Plus, he had them blue lenses on, like you couldn't see how red his eyes were if you wanted to. I think he smoked dope all the way there.
First and foremost, when he first drugged Ric Flair out of that room, he was like, "Do you hear me now, Hunter?" Ah!
did you hear the drop, the thud that it made when he let Ric Flair go? Ouch.
Like was Ric Flair dead waiting it? Like,
Way to sell it. Way to sell it, Flair.
wait. God damn.
Yeah. You know these two can only really work in a no holds barred situation. It has to be some type of street fight option, which I kind of hate it for Miz and Shane because they should probably have a street fight type situation.
The only better scenario, and we talked about this on the heralded, patented, Broken Pencil group chat. Bro, shouts out to MIA, Big Brother Jake, the benefactor Dave House, wherever the hell you at. What's up, brother? We miss you. Anyway,
Just shoot up a road flare,
man, something.
just so we know you're okay.
Throw a 1 up for yes, a 2 up for no. The
You can light a Roman candle. That'd be great.
motherfucker here. The only other fitting
Smoke
scenario
signal.
that would have been here for this match would have been great. Would have been another Hell in a Cell. This
That's what
time
I thought they
featuring
were
Triple
gonna
H and Batista until we realize they're fucking outdoors with no way to hold up shit.
I contend that the trust they used at 33 would have supported a Hell in a Cell cage. They can do whatever they want if
Really?
they're planning it far enough in advance.
You can't trust it.
You can't trust it.
Elvis
that's his-
was a hero to most.
Motherfuck him and John Wayne.
Yeah, y'all, come on.
So instead, they're gonna fight in the parking lot.
Nah, they're gonna fight in the ring. They just gonna use all the weapons and chairs. And
So New Jack is gonna come officiate this particular match.
nah, he ain't gonna have nothing to do with this. New Jack won't even be allowed in the building.
Like,
New Jack won't be allowed in the state of New Jersey while this is going on.
While you bullshit, New Jack might be wanted in the state of New Jersey.
shout out to New Jack.
I don't,
I don't know.
because you know my dog gonna come through holding, so I don't want him getting no possession charge.
And please don't have Mustafa with you because
Do he? Even, I don't think he fooled with Mustafa in real life.
Nah,
I remember
would
when
you?
One of them shoot DVDs. He told about some shit Mustafa did. He's like, nah, I don't fool with that. New Jack shoot DVDs are the greatest shit ever. I need to read up on all
When you
mine.
listen to him talking about all the stuff that happened, like,
Oh man, he talks about Dudley boys like they got
trash.
a communicable disease.
Right.
Oh man.
F Bill.
Off that'd be another show for another time. Shoot DVDs.
Go talk. Yeah.
we'll have a mixtape with like a top 5 shoot DVDs to watch,
That's a hell of an idea. Put a pin in that.
and we'll have to have clips for that one.
Bet that.
We're in Pittsburgh, home of Elias, Corey Graves, and Olympic Hall of Famer Kurt Angle.
There's a lot of cats
and the
there.
world's worst starting quarterback.
Ben Rapist Burglar.
Yeah. That guy.
Oh. So Kurt Angle comes out and announces his farewell match at WrestleMania.
It's not the Ric Flair angle, but I'll take it.
It's not. No. It's also not the Shawn Michaels angle. I'll take it. I think it's going to end up being
Good old Kurt.
I think it's going to be against Cena, honestly, because I don't think anybody else is willing to dance with him, and Cena is not busy.
I personally think Cena is on a collision course with Samoa Joe. However, what I would love to see happen. If The Rock is showing up at WrestleMania, I'm absolutely trying to get him in some type of angle with Elias. But what I'd like to see a huge sing along with them going back and forth, and then them talking, and then Elias takes a rock bottom.
Well, let me tell you something.
Elias
He's not going to have a sing along unless old Stone Cold's invited.
Stone Cold be in the back drinking beer.
Stone Cold going to be in the ring drinking beer. If Stone Cold going to be anywhere, it's Kurt Angle is going to be in the goddamn ring. Square circle, 20 by 20.
No, this is not what we're doing. No, I would rather have Samoa Joe come out and do an open challenge for the U.S. title, and Kurt Angle accept. He's trying to retire as the U.S. champion.
He should retire as the U.S. champion.
But then Joe dashes his dreams and puts his ass to sleep.
Has Kurt Angle ever held the U.S. title?
That's a great question.
I don't know. You should check.
That's something you should Google.
That's because honestly, we're going to be talking Kurt Angle talk.
Because that would make even more sense.
Out as the U.S. champion and then dropping it Raw after Mania.
Who?
He can't. No.
He's retiring at Mania.
Let him retire as champion, and then you start a tournament.
Yes.
Or have a gauntlet matches, because they're seeming to be higher on gauntlet matches than tournament on the main roster.
Matches.
That's old man McMahon coming around to the tournament.
That's
format.
all it is.
He just wants it all in one segment. I want a tournament, but I want it all in one segment.
Just do King of the Ring.
I've been begging for King of the Ring since they did that bullshit over there in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, I think we've talked about it a few times here on BPBC.
King of the Ring. I love King of the Ring.
I do too.
Random people get elevated with King of the Ring.
That's all I'm saying.
Random people, like, man, where do you
know how many careers you could save if we were still doing King of the Ring?
Name the last King of the Ring.
Sheamus?
No.
Barrett.
No. Now you're gonna make me fucking forget. Neville.
Neville was the King of the Ring?
Neville was the last King of the Ring, I believe.
I'm surgical with this shit.
I will check that in a second. I will fact check that here in a second. Kurt Angle has not.
So he should go out as the U.S. champion.
That's the best story for him.
There it is. He should not go out on his back. I don't care who you are.
No, he's going out on his back.
And we don't, because the only people
I say he goes out like Rocky Balboa.
I tell you what. You know what? We can make everybody happy. Angle goes out on top because Cena interferes and costs Joe the belt. Joe can cut promos on Cena the whole time, and you think it's going to be Cena versus Joe, and that's who's going to accept the open challenge. It ends up being Angle. Angle comes out, wrestles the match with Joe. Cena interferes. Joe loses the Angle. Angle goes out on top. You can start the tournament or start the belt over the next night, and now Joe and Cena have a reason to fight.
I didn't even know Cena was coming back.
We don't know that. This is broken pencil logic.
This is just broken pencil logic.
I don't care to see Cena on TV. This is going to sound crazy coming from me, but I don't care to see John Cena on TV.
I know. We passed that.
Yeah, we're over that, and
we're just booking nostalgia acts for WrestleMania.
Okay.
I don't mean for him to come back.
There are two things that we wanted to see from Cena before it got too late: the heel turn and 17. We haven't gotten either of those yet.
We're not going to get 17.
We're not going to get 17.
We're probably never going to get the heel turn.
You can cancel.
You got the Undertaker, and that you were lucky to get that. And you got a squash to get that. You probably not getting 17 because there's no reason.
You want to see a Cena heel turn? Go back to his debut as John Cena, the guy that raps. Cena heel turn.
No, thank you.
All right, now.
Last King of the Ring winner.
Oh yeah, that's the other one. All right, so
I might be wrong with Neville, but
No. Stand by it. Stand by the cinder.
I remember Regal. I remember Barrett.
obviously I can't spell.
Regal, Barrett. Who was after that?
Super old English. What was the last one?
The last one.
I was right.
Neville was the runner-up.
He lost to Barrett?
He lost to Barrett, 2015.
Okay. Gotcha. So the last, okay.
Wade Barrett.
I know it was a foreigner. I know I was
When
in
you
there
said
somewhere.
now, like, I thought it was Barrett because I remember him with the scepter because him and Stardust got into a match with somebody.
It was a network exclusive.
Yep.
It wasn't an actual pay-per-view. They just did it like a house show.
Here's a good mixtape.
What?
We could build our own King of the Ring from past winners and have our own little tournament. Fantasy booking, Broken Pencil tournament.
Okay, I like that.
Sure.
I like that. Let's do that. Mark that down. Put that on. Yeah, that's good show content.
I already
we
know
go.
my first draft.
Don't give a shit. All right, now.
Oh yeah.
Dig it. In the night, we saw Roman Reigns coming out to take on Drew McIntyre.
Baron Corbin.
Wait, was it Baron Corbin?
The match
Yeah.
was supposed to be Baron Corbin, and you guys.
It's Baron Corbin. You're getting old.
Damn.
That was just yesterday.
Good God. Yeah, it was supposed to be versus Baron Corbin. He got jumped by Drew McIntyre, and they put the boots to him.
I don't have a problem with saying that you're correct, sir.
Thank you.
All I know, I was watching it, came back from commercial, and we see two more people outside that were intertwined to the same damn storyline.
Everybody was outside.
Refs, people from the back, a random trainer that no one has ever seen.
Oh my God.
Who are you, old guy?
Yo, what match was that?
Who are you and
There
why
were
are you
not
shining
two
this damn
Finleys.
light in my
No. That other one was Steve Carino. But it looked. I'm telling you.
Was that Carino?
Yeah,
Are we
that
sure?
was the one
Did
with
you stop? Did you rewind it?
No,
and go back?
the guy with the glasses on was definitely Steve Carino, but he looked like Finley.
Yeah, I saw two Finleys.
How the fuck does that happen? How did Steve Carino shrink
Yo,
7 inches?
what segment was that? That
was Tamina.
Next to last.
Tamina. That was the girls fighting in the back. In the
Oh,
gorilla.
he was pulling people
I'm so
apart.
sick of people being
Yes.
in Gorilla.
yeah. So there was a pull apart in Gorilla with
I like him fist fighting in Gorilla.
yeah, but
make Gorilla
Finley
look
had
better than
Sasha
Gorilla.
Banks in a rear waist lock, and out of nowhere. Like we're sitting here because we love to see the legends come out there, the producers come out there, and we'll pop for them. Especially
Finley.
for me, it's Adam Pearce.
Adam Pearce on extra aggressive ass.
Stop it!
Scrap
back.
Scrap
Get
iron.
back.
Scrap iron Adam
Get
Pearce.
out of here, Owens. Get out of here. Shoot. Scrap.
Oh, wait. Dad, are you going to let me be in the match? You know what? Lassie, go for it. I was like, what is happening?
Good God.
Nah, for me it's definitely Adam Pearce, but so we saw
I just want Finley to hit somebody with
I want to see
shillelagh
him
one
send
good
a
time.
bitch out there to break up a fight.
so we
Send a
Abyss.
bitch. Oh, yeah. Oh, Joseph Park comes out there.
Yeah, go send
ponytail
Chris
and
Parks
all.
out there to break up a fight and see what happens. I want to see that.
you're gonna see the crowd pop like a motherfucker.
For real. They gonna pop like it's a debut.
People are gonna go crazy. They're like, Abyss! Oh shit!
I want the night after WrestleMania Raw crowd to chant for Abyss. I swear to God. Please do this for me.
I know y'all listen. Please chant for Abyss.
Sidebar: y'all want some content to watch? Go find RVD kicking Abyss's teeth down his throat on live TV on TNA.
How long before we get this TNA library on the on the WWE network?
Well, so here's the deal.
End of the year.
No, I can't say that. They got that Global Wrestling Network app, and of course it's about the same price as WWE Network, shortly a couple dollars cheaper. But I think the idea is to try to monetize as much content as possible. So if you divide and conquer all of the missing links to the careers of AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Kurt Angle, Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy, the Dudley Boys,
Get them shits up, fam.
Booker T, Bobby Roode.
Look, y'all, just sell them things. To the
I ain't
WWE.
buying your
Stop
brand.
tripping.
Get them shits up.
Yeah, and
Look.
they're advertising and cooperation with
Vince
the
is gonna
WWE
come
network
calling.
on the network.
He gonna have an open checkbook.
Get
Just sell it.
Get them shits to a real pimp that can use.
Come
them.
on,
I
man.
mean, truth be told, I would probably think that there's a cash infusion going on right now, especially with the Edge and Christian show, the Totally Reasonable Awesomeness, with Matt Hardy saying some shit about good night Mr. Owl and good night Mr. Nordholm. Did you catch that?
I did. They got Matt Hardy out here with a shirt on, like we don't know he's just like doing it for the WrestleMania payday.
What you mean? Oh,
Have you seen Matt Hardy lately?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Matt Hardy is swole up and slim down. Matt Hardy version 3.
This is definitely version 3.
Yeah.
This ain't even broken or woken. This is just version 3.
Man, log off. Shut this shit down. Cut all this shit off. Cut it off.
All right. So anyway,
Oh yeah.
Ambrose gets his ass.
So the rock and roll clown, and I love cocaine.
I love cocaine.
Y'all are on one. God damn.
Man, Matt Hardy looks like a character from Metalocalypse. Like, let's just for real.
He
Let's
looks
just
like
keep
the
it
lead
real.
singer from Metalocalypse.
He's the lead singer from Death Clock.
Death Clock, Death Clock.
Dun, 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 dun.
Death Clock.
Yeah, we watch cartoons too.
Hey, what's up, Adult Swim? Holla.
I'm just saying.
We
like,
need
be-
sponsors.
I mean, shit. This show would go perfect on Adult Swim on the cool.
Live. We'll do it.
We'd have some great guests too.
Wouldn't we?
I'd be like the Gorilla Monsoon in the bunch. Y'all just be healing the fuck out of me.
Why?
Just because
Come on, join us.
Will
Monday.
you stop?
For crying out loud.
This is crazy. What a miscarriage of justice.
Everybody knows it's gonna go the way it needs to.
This is for all the humanoids out there.
Oh yeah.
Look at this ham and
That
egger.
shit's going ham and egger.
Ham and egg.
This ham and egger and shout out
Egg
to the
sucking
humanoids.
dog.
Good
So
God.
McIntyre gets the chance to Claymore kick the shit out of
Everybody.
Dean Ambrose.
Man,
Everybody. He
and-
kicked
and-
Reigns twice.
Reigns had to get wellness tested on the floor. Like, he went through concussion protocol while on camera.
but then he got up to take another one before they went off the air.
But this fool got up and said, "Hey man, I just got a little headache." I was like,
On camera.
So,
"Damn!"
so riddle me this: if he took that other Claymore kick before they went off the air, and that's how they write him off television, like Petty was saying in the group text.
Yeah, Dean
We
Ambrose.
talking about Ambrose, right?
I mean, yeah,
It
Ambrose.
made sense. I was like, "This is how they write off Ambrose."
If this is how they're writing off Ambrose, and he's just gonna go home and ride the rest of the contract out, what the fuck were we doing? Like, you don't think you could have
We
gotten
could have
more
did
out
this
of
last
it?
night. Well, Sunday night.
Right.
We
You could have
did
picked
this Sunday night.
any. You could have picked any night to do this.
No, we could have did this Sunday night.
You could have spoiled the Shield comeback, and you could have just crippled it.
You could have did this Sunday night because if you're gonna go out, you're supposed to go out on your back, right?
Fuck the feel good moment.
So you're supposed to go out on your back
Because
So he coulda went out Sunday.
you're building Drew McIntyre as this monster killer destroyer heel that Roman Reigns coming back from leukemia is going to slay at WrestleMania.
That shouldn't happen at all.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Reigns is not losing at WrestleMania.
Reigns should fight Baron Corbin's useless ass.
No
at Mania.
one wants to see Baron Corbin right now.
Everybody gotta get a paycheck, fam.
Everybody does have to get a paycheck, but no one wants
No
to
Guess
see
who
one.
can come out? Guess who can come out in the match?
Who?
Drew McIntyre. He can come out and
Nope.
attempt to kick Roman Reigns.
Nope. Unless you're gonna book a tag team match.
With who?
Reigns and Ambrose versus Corbin and McIntyre.
Honestly, that's just the Shield. Literally,
Well, what else you want me to do?
I don't know. Look, at this point, he did
If that's the case, then just put Angle in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, let him win it, and then he can retire with the trophy.
that too.
All right.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
So off of that, SmackDown tonight. SmackDown for the first hour featured 2 matches and a lot of verbals.
A lot of people had something to say tonight.
I got something to get off my chest.
Oh shit!
Anybody want to fight?
The Usos freestyle
In the hallway.
a body bag award while walking. They kicked
In
the
the
90,
basement.
They kicked the 90s style music video in freestyle format. Mm-hmm. And body bag, just about everybody, but specifically the Hardys as their challenge for WrestleMania. But this was immediately after the New Day came out and kicked the shit out of every tag team on SmackDown, except for the Usos.
Which I love that part. It
didn't matter who it was. They
you
just came and
can't-
kicked the shit out of them.
you just can't get over as a bunch of badasses when you're dressed like Easter
Unicorns.
You're dressed like
Next
Easter.
week, all black with Wakanda colors.
That's what I'm saying.
All black.
They're
Wakanda stripes.
We should be in full Wakanda mode right
Per-
now. They rocking Galaxy shit.
Honestly, per
Shout out
the
to-
actual thread, they are the nation of domination.
Shout out to Kofi with the Galaxy One flight posits.
Yeah.
Swap with the shoe game, Foundation Fresh. What it is? What up, truck?
I mean, I did notice that, so I need to keep y'all laced up on when he switches his shoes. He just switched from the PG3 NASA's to the Flightposit ones. Not sure what else he's gonna do, but that's a pretty good look.
It's it's always exclusive season at WrestleMania, so we'll see definitely some exclusive at WrestleMania.
Shane came
Of course,
out in the white and black Air Force Ones.
I tweeted him with an idea. I don't know if he's gonna use it, but we told him, hey, go ahead and go with the Wakanda vibranium vibe, and then do the LeBron 16 Watch the Thrones. So if he do that, just know who sent it to him.
He needs to.
Broken pencil logic. You know what I'm saying? Hit us on it. So we came to an impasse as we started watching SmackDown. A couple other things that was noteworthy on SmackDown. Of course, at the end of the show, we had the New Day come out and confront Mr. McMahon, as Mr. McMahon assigned Kofi a gauntlet match next week to prove that he's worthy enough to go into WrestleMania against Daniel Bryan. But above and beyond that, we had Randy Orton come out and run down AJ's career in not a good way, not a bad way, but a truthful way. So much to the point to where it's body bag material. And then comes AJ Styles. And AJ Styles comes out and run down Randy Orton's career. Mm-hmm. In what is a body bag moment. So much so that for the first time in the history of the unofficially named, and we'll talk about the unofficially named Samoa Joe Body Bag Award, brought to you by the Broken Pencil Booking Company.
Look,
hey man,
we'll officially name it the Samoa Joe Body Bag Award once he appears on the show.
that or there's another criteria I have coming up too.
I think that should be the only caveat. Like, if we can get Samoa Joe to come on the show, we will officially name this after him because he deserves it.
And for the record, we know that Samoa Joe and Big E love some hip hop, and if they've listened to the Broken Pencil mixtape, they know we do too. And if they Google a little bit of both of us, they understand that the pedigree goes real deep with this hip hop shit. So come on and join us on here one time for the one time. Tonight's Broken Pencil, or this week's Broken Pencil BC unofficial Samoa Joe Body Bag Award goes to both AJ Styles and Random Orton.
Pretty decent segment. There was a lot of shooting going on. You saw Randy almost got flustered for a second.
That's what it sounds.
Oh, he did.
No, that's when he broke. That's when he broke down and called AJ a son of a bitch.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like when you want to steal on somebody, but you know that ain't in the script.
It's like, look, I'll beat your little ass up.
Right.
If everything else just
I'm the landlord. What did he say?
I'll make you shake my hand.
You want to come into my house and rent a room?
I'll make you shake my hand.
I'm the landlord, and your rent's due, you son of a bitch.
Yo, Stu, your rent's due, motherfucker.
And that's exactly how it sounded. And when he said it, I was like, what?
Oh, well,
said I'm the landlord.
The internet is undefeated. All right, we're just gonna run this one. Hold that.
You gonna play it? Run up.
You got to.
Run up the bag.
This is the house that AJ Styles built, right? Well, what I don't understand is in 2002, AJ Styles was wrestling for $10 a night in a high school gymnasium in front of 12 people while I was here while I was here making my WWE in-ring debut. In 2004, AJ Styles was shaking hands with his opponents in the bingo halls, and I was here becoming the youngest WWE champion ever. In 2005, AJ was down in Florida getting a tan with Dixie Carter while I was here facing The Undertaker at WrestleMania. In 2006, 2007, 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, I was here and I was a champion. This isn't the house that AJ Styles built. This house was built long before AJ Styles ever stepped foot in this ring. This is the house that Randy Orton built.
Wow, Randy. For someone who looks down on the indies, you sure did follow my career pretty closely. Hey, I'm flattered. And you're right, I did come from the indies, and I'm damn proud of it too. Guys like you weren't made for my world. You were built for the WWE. And that's a good thing, because guys like you would not have made it in my world. Hey, not with things like this. And a knockoff diamond cutter.
Now, wait just a second. Are you telling me, as you stand here in this ring, face to face, man to man, that you and none of your little indie pals ever ripped anybody off?
Oh, that's good. My indie pals? Well, take a look around. Take a look around backstage. You're surrounded by them. You see, they earned the right to be here in the WWE. They didn't go to their father to get them a job.
Nobody has ever had to help me get where I am.
Evolution. Evolution, you remember that team of yours? How about the Legacy? No? You forgot about that one? Here's the one that everyone seemed to have forgotten. Rated RKO, you and Edge? Forget about that one? Oh, here's a good one. The Wyatt family. Sounds like to me, you had a lot of babysitters. Don't get me wrong, Randy, you're exactly who you say you are. You are a viper. You use everyone around you, and when you're done with them, you toss them to the curb. That's why I got the jump on you at WWE Fastlane, because I'm not gonna be your next victim.
You don't have a choice. You don't get to choose. As long as you want to rent a room out in my house, see, I'm the landlord, and rent's due, you son of a bitch. And you can make that check out to the most destructive 3 letters in sports entertainment. R-K.
That's all you need to hear right there. AJ said a little bit more, but that's it. That's all you need to hear.
Now, that's probably the best back and forth on WWE television in quite some time.
It's been a minute. It's definitely been a minute. But that sets up the card rather nicely.
Farley gives it some body, some shine.
So, as we were talking about the Body Bag Award, apparently we've come up with a concept for it, Suave. Anniversary show is coming up. Our next show would probably be on the 26th of March.
Okay.
More than likely. And after that will be our go-home show for WrestleMania, which is also the Broken Pencil BC's 1-year anniversary show.
Dig it.
What say you?
I feel as though we should introduce a new concept to the listeners. Ladies and gentlemen, we will introduce you to the first ever Broken Pencil Booking Company Awards show. What is that, you ask?
What is that?
Well, as we recognize it, WrestleMania is the end of the wrestling calendar year.
As far as real wrestling fans are concerned, yes.
And the night after on Raw being New Year's Day.
Definitely.
So therefore, we have constructed some rules that basically give us from WrestleMania 34 up until the time we do the anniversary show. So each anniversary show will end the Broken Pencil Booking Company calendar year. We will hand out year-end awards.
All right.
Match of the year. Rivalry of the year. Most improved. Body bagger of the year. And more categories that we decide upon at our own leisure.
Now, we're not limiting this to just WWE.
No.
Understand the majority of the content that we have will come from the world of WWE.
Only because they're producing the most content right now.
However, if something sneaks up on us, or you need to tell us that we need to pay attention to something, we're all eyes and ears. BrokenpencilBC@gmail.com.
You, the pencil pusher, are free to submit any and all entries for any categories once we make all of those categories public. If you can come up with a category and we feel as though we want to use it, you will get credit and it will be a part of the award ceremony.
That we can call that like part of the Broken Pencil People's Choice, if you will.
Very good. Very good.
The pencil pusher's choice.
We're all about community outreach here. All about community outreach. But I felt like that'd be some cool shit to do, so we can give away some year-end awards and
great.
And come up with some
gives me
content.
homework. Outstanding.
This isn't really that difficult. We've been watching wrestling the whole time, so it's not like you have to go back and watch some shit you've never seen.
The hard shit is going to be NXT, but I have one match of the year candidate in mind already, possibly two that go in the same vein.
I'm almost certain my match of the year is going to come from NXT. I'm almost certain.
Ooh, okay.
Almost. So this is we're going to go up until. Okay, here's a great question. Are we going to go up until TakeOver?
The fuck?
You clocked out on your ass.
Man, quickly.
Well, actually, we shouldn't, because that would mean we would encompass the WrestleMania 35 weekend. That's the cutoff. So everything up until the night of TakeOver is fair game. So if there's a great match that happens the week of WrestleMania on Wednesday.
All right, so we're not counting anything from TakeOver last year.
No, you can count that because that's where the year starts.
But we can't encompass TakeOver this year if we encompass TakeOver last year. So we either need to start at Mania last year and end at TakeOver this year.
The year ends the night before Mania.
The night before Mania?
Yeah.
So that means we go from...
So the year starts with Mania.
Mania of last year to TakeOver this year.
Okay.
Because it can't encompass both.
But to Suave's theory, if the Monday after Mania is New Year's Day,
then I guess it would have to encompass Mania. You'll mess up and have a match of the year candidate that comes out of Mania.
Considering this is our first year, I'm not opposed to having both NXTs involved.
All right.
So that would be. I mean, that gives us both Manias and both NXTs.
The only reason I wanted to say not to involve TakeOver from this year's Mania is because there's going to be a fresh bias on our minds once we see that pay-per-view.
Not really. I hear what you're saying, because the two matches I have in mind, I will put up against the ones that I see for TakeOver.
I got you. But so, we all have a general idea of what the scope of time looks like that we're judging.
Oh shit! I know what you're about. I just thought about it.
What?
No, like we'll talk.
Okay, all right. I mean, I felt like since you thought you know what I'm doing.
I think I have almost positive I know what yours is. I'm good. I'm still mine. Still don't come from that, because I'm actually ashamed that mine comes from WWE, but and actually two of them. But they're worthy competitors.
Gotcha.
They're worthy contenders. Photo shoot. I got a chance to see the AJ Styles photo shoot. Brought back a lot of good memories from when I used to watch TNA, when TNA was actually worth watching.
AJ is such a boring human being.
The petty messiah just popped.
He is such a boring human being.
God.
Like, he completely sucks the air out of the room.
Just,
Like, dude, bro.
he can wrestle.
He can. He can wrestle his ass off. He is one athletic.
Boring guy.
Yes.
But did you appreciate the stories that were being told by the pictures?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I completely could.
By the pictures.
The pictures
They should have
help-
had somebody else
The
narrate it.
pictures
Not
help to
him.
help tell the story.
Nah, man, you can't have pictures of one person who's
I
still
said
alive.
what I said.
No.
I said
Hell
sew
no.
it in.
Jesus.
He's
Listening to him talk is what made me almost not look at the show.
He's unbearably boring.
Jesus, man.
On the flip side,
Like a
you got a
coach.
chance to see Dolph Ziggler.
Like a baseball
Dolph
coach from
Ziggler has
high school.
a photo shoot, and you know how Dolph Ziggler, like, his promos almost never connect, even though everything he's saying is absolutely true.
Yeah.
It's the exact opposite when he does photo shoot. Like, the conversation connects.
Right, okay.
So he has a personality. He's able to convey the message. He's able to explain some things, tell some stuff. You know, you get a better feel for who Dolph Ziggler, aka Nick Nemeth, really
Nicky!
is. Yeah, and they go into that on photo shoot.
They should.
So yeah, just
Did they show any, like, of his pictures, like, when he was at Kent State?
I gotta watch it again.
Did they show the weird picture where he cut his hair and it was super serious, Dolph Ziggler?
Yes, yes. Dark brunette.
Why did that happen?
He explains it. It's just they wanted to try something different. There goes Stanford again.
Who's getting the contract tonight?
I'm gonna say Petty.
Probably. I've talked enough shit for them to give me a job.
Oh, it's typing over here.
They could be faxing over the price scale.
That'd be dope too.
All right. And plane itinerary for when we had to get on the plane and fly to Stanford.
Hey man, you gotta give me a little more notice than that. I got baby. I got baby.
Yeah, we got shit to happen. But who else is on photo shoot so far this season, or is that just the only two?
Those are the only two for this year so far.
Okay.
So 2018 still has like Scott Hall, Cesaro, Jim Cornette.
Scott Hall. Oh, I'm thinking Steiner. Never mind.
Your goals are so damn lofty. Jeez. There's a 142% chance that Scott Steiner will never be on photo shoot. How about that?
Probably a 345% chance that he'll probably never go to the WWE Hall of Fame.
There's a 47.5% chance that Scott Steiner will never be inducted.
We'll take your 30% chance and then put that against my 75% chance.
If you carry
there's
the
a
three.
96% chance that neither one of you will ever have arms like Big Papa Pump.
Right.
Steiner math.
Steiner math.
Man, so we have these GOAT talks. So far, we've had a GOAT talk with who was our first GOAT talk?
Chris Jericho.
Y2J, Chris Jericho. And we missed some information. We had an impromptu GOAT talk on Booker T, and ironically, or coincidentally, depending on your perspective, he's going back into the WWE Hall of Fame to be the second two-time WWE Hall of Famer in the same year, going in with the other one, who's HBK.
You're welcome.
Two-time.
Two-time and five-time.
You're welcome.
And really six-time. Tonight, based off of the fact that he finally decided to call it quits, we're going to have a small little GOAT talk on Kurt Angle, who announced his retirement last night at WrestleMania, or to be at WrestleMania, while he was in his last match in his hometown against Apollo Crews. So Apollo Crews did the deed for him, shook his hand, walked out, and let him get his cheers on. And of course, Pittsburgh in true fashion thinks that Kurt Angle sucks. The entire world thinks that Kurt Angle sucks. We have, as we just found out, never held the U.S. title. 6-time WWE title holder. Once with the Universal, once with the Unified, and then once with the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And then also 6-time TNA World Heavyweight title. In fact, he was the first TNA World Heavyweight Champion post NWA days. Also an IWGP champion. So that makes him a 13-time heavyweight champion of the world. Plus he won an Olympic gold medal, say it with me, with a broken freaking neck. That's right. Petty Messiah's back here asleep because he doesn't believe in the greatness that is.
No, I'm not asleep. I just don't care.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's Kurt Angle.
That's cool.
Look, these GOAT talks don't always reflect that these guys are our favorites. It just means that
But he has accomplishments.
He has a resume of accomplishments. He's
Most of
just
which are in
recently
TNA.
announced retirement, and there is no better time to discuss his greatness and contributions to the business than right now. He
Who's
is the
better than
blueprint.
Kurt Angle?
He's the blueprint that got Brock Lesnar signed.
Actual factual studies.
He's the blueprint that got Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas involved.
And there's only one other person who we could possibly give credit to those two guys being, attributed to, and even Charlie Haas being attributed to, and even Russ Haas for that matter. Rest in peace, Russ Haas.
Yes.
But naturally, he's unmentionable.
But that whole influx of collegiate wrestlers and traditional Greco-Roman style wrestlers comes from the success of Kurt Angle. So even Dolph Ziggler, who we were just discussing, like you said, Shelton Benjamin, Charlie Haas, Brock Lesnar, Russ Haas,
Dr. Death, Steve Williams, Gary Albright, if you want to go back a little bit further.
Now all those guys would precede Angle.
Yeah, no doubt, yeah.
But Angle is obviously the evolution of those individuals, and he opened the door for a new generation of sports entertainer. Otherwise, we'd still be recruiting bodybuilders trying to teach them how to arm drag.
Facts. And in fact, Mark Henry is around the same time as Angle too,
Right.
from a completely the same general ballpark of athletics, but definitely not the same sport.
Oh, Chad Gable.
Jason Jordan.
Yeah, Chad.
Chad
Gable wrestles like somebody else though.
He does. Chad Gable is a different type of talented, but he's also small. But their whole NXT run and the fact that they became what they became as American Alpha was based on the fact that they had a strong resemblance to Team Angle.
Yep. And truth be told, it was like all these things should come to like it's basically like the end of a video game. You should have Angle and Jordan come out with. Jordan and Gable come out with Angle.
I think that would be really cool.
Haas and Benjamin.
They should all walk him to the ring. He should have a team
I
tag.
feel like at WrestleMania, Haas and Benjamin, regardless of what Benjamin's going to be doing from this Brock angle,
should walk out in their Team Angle outfits with Kurt Angle.
On the same token, so should Paul Heyman.
Yeah,
cool.
I remember when Paul Heyman was super excited about it. I remember Kurt Angle in ECW. It was crazy.
Right, the whole Kurt Angle story of him possibly signing with ECW, but that's the same night that Raven crucified the Sandman on television, and Kurt Angle walked out mid-taping, said, "No, I'm done with this. I'm done with this, and if you show any of my image on your show, I'm suing you."
He wanted no parts of it.
He wanted no
parts
of that telecast.
And so what could have been a monumental career in WWE is now like a very good to great career that was short span. I think it was maybe 5 years. And then we go to TNA and we have the Main Event Mafia.
He left in 05? He left in 05?
He left because he showed up on TNA in I want to say September of 05.
I thought he made it through the first one night stand, so that might have been like beginning of 06.
Was he at One Night Stand?
Because he spent some time in WWE ECW.
He fought in the Invasion Angle.
Because he had the Invasion Angle.
He was a supporter. Yeah, he was a supporter for.
That's like 2001.
Man, let me.
But like the first one night stand, I think he wrestles Randy Orton because they put him there, and that's when he started going by the whole wrestling machine moniker and everything.
The new ECW?
Yeah. Because that's somewhere around
he had the mouth guard in and all
right.
that.
That's somewhere around the time they put him with the whole
beginning of 06 was when he went to Impact.
Right. So when's the and that's during the whole they had him on Death Watch type situation. Like they thought he just wasn't gonna make it.
Yep.
Which was weird to read on the internet. Like, how do you actively have someone on Death Watch and not try to stop it?
I mean, it was a couple of times too, because it was a lot going on at that time too, man. Because
I'm sure it was.
I mean, he was in the middle of leaving his wife, who was leaving him for another wrestler who at the time he was technically working for.
Pill popping animal.
Who signed him. Hey, whoa, no, wait, what?
I mean,
It's true. It's
true.
damn true.
Well, at the time, he had left, so it was real. It was damn real.
Yeah.
He gave Samoa Joe his first loss in TNA, a move I still disagree with, but
Well, Joe,
nope. At the time, Joe was undefeated.
he was undefeated and was going on a streak, and this is post ROH Championship Joe.
And he should have been, and to me, it felt like Samoa Joe was going to be their first homegrown superstar, transcendent superstar. Yeah. So by beating Kurt Angle, it would have further legitimized him. And then him being the champion, undefeated, and you've beaten Kurt Angle, that's a whole game changer for Samoa Joe. And then you can eventually screw him out of the title and beat him. But that's just me looking. That's when I was actually still watching TNA on a heavy basis.
Yeah, I mean, at the time, it was hard. It was hard not to, because you had all the incarnations of the main event Mafia Kurt Angle was involved in.
Right.
You had AJ versus Angle.
Right.
You have Joe versus Angle. Angle versus Jeff Hardy, I believe.
Anybody versus Angle during that stretch was pretty good.
Yep. Sting. He wrestled Sting in TNA.
Right.
And great matches too. Like there was no slouch matches. And that was Joker Sting, I believe.
I do remember Joker Sting.
Yeah, I believe that was Joker Sting that he wrestled. All things considered, I mean, we don't even want to talk about that garbage ass King of the Mountain title shit that they had. that
I still don't remember the rules of that match.
It was a reverse ladder match. Like, it was the worst shit ever. It was so convoluted. You don't. There's not much I'm going to tell you not to look at on TNA. I'm telling you not to go out of your way to look at that shit.
What's more complicated? King of the Mountain or Clockwork Orange?
Ooh.
We're looking for three.
Three answer.
We're looking for
three. Looking for. Man, Clockwork Orange, like, because the only way I can describe the King of the Mountain match is a reverse ladder match. But
reverse.
But that's about as far as I can get without like confusing the fuck out of you.
Nope.
How can you describe Clockwork Orange?
Google it, because I can't describe it.
You can't. Okay, so I would think Clockwork Orange would probably be the more difficult match to.
Raven could describe all of this shit.
It's Raven's match.
Exactly.
Had to be.
Let's call him.
Hold on.
Quote the Raven.
Nevermore. Oh, man.
Yeah, so all things considered, I think that Ed Mania, because he was the one that gave John Cena his first shot at greatness doing that 10-minute match on SmackDown, I got a feeling that, personally, I think that he's cut to go to be Kurt Angle's final dance partner at WrestleMania this year. But that is my GOAT talk, because, I mean, as far as major championships, he's up there total combined, because even with Ric Flair 17, you're combining his NWA World Heavyweight Championship runs, the ones that actually still count on the record books, along with his WWF title runs, because I think he only had 3 WWF title runs.
Was it 3 or 2?
Who, Flair?
Yeah.
It was 3. It was definitely, I want to say...
He won the Royal Rumble, lost it to Bret Hart, won it back from him, lost it to him again. No, he lost it to Savage, won it back from Savage, lost it to Bret Hart, and I don't think he got it back from Bret Hart.
I want to say it was 3.
I'm almost...
Because it was 7. They advertised him as 7 when he came in, and when he left, he went back as 10. Unless I'm getting him confused with Hogan.
Who?
Because Hogan had, what, I think 3 WCW title reigns.
Good try, Terry.
Fucking guy. Flair, that motherfucker. I would. So, let's see.
We're getting an accurate count on WWF Championship reigns for one Richard Flair.
Of course, it was the Royal Rumble.
Yep, 1992.
Wait, is that 92 or 92, yeah, 92. July. Flair,
then he loses it to Savage at WrestleMania 8. Gets it back from Savage.
Flair got it back from Savage. That's 2.
Then he loses it to Bret Hart in Saskatoon.
Wow.
I used to watch Superstars every Saturday
I
morning.
had to be something. I was like, whoa.
No, it was just 2 because the other one he lost a loser leaves town match,
To
loser leaves
Mr.
WWF
Perfect.
match for Mr. Perfect.
On like one of the inaugural episodes of Monday Night Raw. Mm-hmm. See? Yep. 2. We're looking for 2.
2 is the answer.
2 is the answer.
So yeah, I mean, but if you're counting title reigns, I mean, shit, he's in the same conversation as Randy Orton and John Cena
As he should be.
and Triple H.
Had he come back to WWE sooner, or maybe just taken some time off.
I think he would have
Never
accidentally. I think he would have accidentally eclipsed Flair had he stayed in WWF or even WWE or even like left and came back.
Just imagine he takes 2006 and maybe 2007 off, and then has the same run from TNA match quality wise in WWE from 2008 till now.
I can't even imagine that simply because when he went to TNA, it legitimized TNA as a viable competitor for WWF. So people actually paid attention to stuff that was happening in TNA because Kurt Angle was there.
They were still doing 2.1s on ratings.
Maybe so, but you were part of that 2.1 as was I.
True, but I used a lot of BitTorrents back then, so I was downloading a lot of pay-per-views. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But here's what I'm saying: the legend of Kurt Angle is already huge.
Yep.
It probably would have been 3, 4, 5 times that if it's in WWE, simply because it's just a larger global audience.
So you take off 06 and 07, you come back
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's say he retired. Let's say he retired at 32.
All right. So he wouldn't have retired.
He wouldn't have retired, but let's just say he worked all the way up through WrestleMania 32. Because to be truthfully honest, he was still pulling off pretty decent indie matches before he came back to WWE for this last general manager
Very
run.
true, because he put on a classic with Cody.
He put on a classic with Cody. He put on a really decent match with Rey Mysterio, which they have great chemistry together. So it's not like he just lost it. His body gave up.
Right.
His body just did not conform to the WWE schedule in 2019 or 2018. He's not an active in-ring competitor. It's more like a one-off, one this, one that. And we saw as soon as he came back for the TLC match, like, yeah, okay, that's a one-off. Cool. But you started to notice, like, this ain't the same.
So
He lost steps in his neck. It just wasn't the same, dude.
So we're looking at 24, 25, and 26. Mm-hmm. So 24 is 2008, 25 is 2009, 26 2010. Mm-hmm. The main event of 2008, WrestleMania 24, Undertaker versus Edge, which is also the same year we had Floyd Mayweather versus Big Show.
Okay.
We also had a triple threat with Randy Orton, Triple H, and John Cena. Mm-hmm. Where do you put Angle in this card?
It's hard to say without going back and actually watching what was going on at that point.
Flair's retirement angle.
I still think Shawn Michaels is still who retires Flair. I think at some point you would have gotten an Angle Undertaker match at WrestleMania. Not to say that you knocked it, because that was Edge's return from neck surgery and he entered the Royal Rumble, so he was gonna. Or was it? No, that's not it, because that's when he challenged Chris Jericho.
What, 24 or 20? Or Joey talking his return from neck surgery.
Yeah, his return from neck surgery was the challenge Chris Jericho for the world title.
That was 23, wasn't it?
You do better than me because you got it right in front of you. I would. I mean, that's not exactly my wheelhouse, but it's kind of sort of around there.
Of course, I'm not even looking for it. It pulls up. Let's see here. Lashley, fucker.
He'd have got something high profile. If Angle's there, all of his matches are high profile. I'm willing to bet one of those matches would have been against The Undertaker at WrestleMania.
It might have possibly been at 23 because the dance partner for Mania for Taker then was Batista for the World Heavyweight Championship.
And that was SmackDown. So
yep.
I'm almost willing to think that Angle would have been on SmackDown a lot of that time to help carry that brand. He would either have been the champion or the top contender the entire time. barring injury, he's always going to be around the main event.
25. Top of the card, Cena versus Big Show versus Edge. And
See, you wouldn't have had a bunch of those clusterfuck triple threat matches if Angle was there.
And then also Triple H versus Orton.
Yeah, a lot of that shit wouldn't have happened. You'd have mixed some of that shit up. You wouldn't have had so many repeats.
You still gonna get Triple
Man,
H.
that's funny because I was actually there, and I remember that was the Will the Real John Cena Please Stand Up entrance. And I don't even remember Show and Edge being in that damn match. I may have tuned out for that shit, but I do remember Triple H and Orton.
Top rope. He picked both of them up and did an F
And then-
to both of them in that match.
Yeah, I do remember that. It's kind of during.
It was a really good spot. Like, that was a good match, actually.
Yeah.
But you gotta keep in mind, for us, that was after 30 minutes of Taker, Shawn Michaels with like 15 minutes worth of entrances.
That too.
Yeah. I mean, shit. Even we saw Matt Hardy versus Jeff Hardy. Like, I don't. My mind.
I remember Matt versus Jeff.
I remember.
That's actually a pretty damn good match, though.
It was. I remember. Fucking Santino's ass. I'm like, who is that ugly ass broad in the ring with Beth Phoenix? And then people started like, who the fuck? And I saw the beard. And I was like, yo, that's Santino.
That's crazy.
And that shit traveled around the arena like it was wildfire. Oh man!
But you have to suspect that Angle would have always been in the mix.
I think Rey Mysterio versus John Bradshaw Layfield. I don't even remember that match.
That was Bradshaw's retirement match.
21 seconds. That's how you go out.
He squashed him for the Intercontinental title. I believe.
I think
Ray was dressed like the Joker that night.
Yeah, I think Angle would have the Joker, the Riddler, because he was good for the Riddler.
I think it looked like both, but I think it was the Joker. He might have had question marks on his pants cut, but he always does that. It's Rey Mysterio. But I want to say it was Heath Ledger's Joker he was doing.
Got you. Okay.
Because he had the green suspenders.
And then, so I think that probably would have been where he would have fit in, because the Jericho's match was a comedy match, had with Snuka, Steamboat, and Piper.
See, that's another place he could have went in. He could have had that. Could have been it, or could have been. He probably would have gotten a match with CM Punk.
No, there was no way that was happening.
Why?
That was a ladder match that year.
No, I'm just saying somewhere in this stretch.
Oh, okay, got you. Yeah. I mean, because even that ladder match, because I walked in on the ladder match, greatness. Mm-hmm. Shelton Benjamin did a fool in that match.
Then there's also, he could have been in some of those Money in the Bank ladder matches and claimed a ladder match, a Money in the Bank briefcase that way.
And then 26, let's see what we're looking at on 26. Cena, Batista for the championship. Of course, Michaels, Undertaker again. Jericho and Edge. That's the one you're talking about.
Yes.
Bret Hart defeats Mr. McMahon. Somehow, some way, I could see him being involved in that angle.
I would have loved, well, he wouldn't have been okay to wrestle, but I would have loved to have seen Angle versus Bret Hart and just have Mr. Vince McMahon on the outside.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, that's my Kurt Angle GOAT talk. I think we've drilled home the point of how good that man really is, and some things for you to check out. If you have access to the Global Wrestling Network, by all means, go back and check out some of his matches on there. You can pretty much throw a dart at any pay-per-view and pull out something good.
Happy retirement, my G.
My guy, my man.
My G.
We're coming back on the 26th, which is 2 weeks from today. Well, 2 weeks from yesterday, which is when we started, Year of Our Lord 2019. And we'll talk about the hopefully completely formed WrestleMania card. I don't even want to talk about this Strowman shit. That motherfucker took apart a card that was a bust down.
Look, you can't blame Strowman for doing what they gave him.
Well, he's doing
Blame the creative. They brought him a damn Lego car, and he kicked it apart. It
was the bonus stage from Street Fighter 2.
Right. They're not even trying anymore. He just kicked apart a Lexus. Perfect.
I feel like he was playing Street Fighter 2 the whole time.
That's it. So all we have left is either he's gonna be like one walking joke during WrestleMania, terrorizing the host, or we're going to bring back Bray Wyatt. That's all that's left.
So
Kofi's going to be wrestling for the WWE Championship. Seth Rollins is going to be wrestling for the Universal Championship. Bobby Lashley's probably going to be defending the Intercontinental Championship in some sort of a gimmick match. There's nothing left. It's either bring back Bray Wyatt to help save Braun Strowman, or you won't see Bray Wyatt till the day after WrestleMania.
if Bray Wyatt comes back to help save Braun Strowman, Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman are not facing each other, correct?
Correct.
All right. How soon before Bray turns on Braun?
SummerSlam.
Who goes over? Why would we continually do this shit to Bray? This is a no-win answer here.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a good answer for this, but I mean, if Bray ends up turning heel, Strowman has to go over as the destructive force, and then because heels can always get their heat back.
No doubt.
I don't want to break them up though. I'm tired of putting factions together just to break them up just for one-off matches. Like, leave them together.
There you go. We had some departures real quick that you want to talk about, and some arrivals as well.
So Anderson and Gallows have decided not to renew their contracts, and this is another one that's been made public. Here's the caveat.
That is huge news.
Here's the caveat though. The contracts don't expire till September. They've been offered, according to these reports that we've read, 5-year deals, multi-million-dollar deals. Gallows is 36, Anderson is 39. So I don't know. Well, here's the thing. If Anderson's 39, you're probably not going to see this type of money offered again unless you know you can get it elsewhere. We know where we're talking about when we say elsewhere. They're not going back to Japan. And the reason they're not going back to Japan is because
they're family men.
Family men, and Anderson has a bunch of kids. Just had another son.
That's what happens when you have a hot Asian wife.
I mean, too sweet me. So at this point, I mean, it's either AEW or they're just going to up the offer again to keep him.
All right. Also coming in from Impact, we have Robbie E., who's been off the scene for almost 2 years. His most notable claim to fame was he was on some show with The Rock a couple of years ago.
He's been selling cocaine? Has he been selling cocaine all this time?
I don't know, man.
I mean, he is from Jersey, right?
Yeah. Jim Tan Laundry. He's one of those guys. Matter of fact, he had an angle with Snooki in TNA.
Cocaine.
Not Snooki, JWoww. He has an angle with JWoww.
Do you pat it? Get down, do you?
Also, somebody we may have missed during the Black History program who definitely deserves to shine is now signed with WWE.
Who that is?
What is his last name?
Wow.
Oh no, I almost said Carmichael.
Stokely?
Yeah.
Stokely Carmichael?
I almost said so, and that's what I'm thinking now.
That's hilarious.
Stokely Hathaway has signed with WWE.
Big Stoke.
So is that did he do a fusion of Stokely Carmichael and Donnie Hathaway?
Yep.
I don't know if that was the case.
I've never seen him perform, so I don't know his character.
He looks like what's the guy Clarence?
I don't want any more people that look like Will I Am.
No.
He looks like bald Will I Am.
Nope, I don't want it.
What was
We already had what's his face? You can't handle this.
Rich Swann.
Yeah, Rich Swann.
Yeah, he's busy. There he is right there. He looks like Leroy Brown.
Leroy!
He's not really that big of a guy.
No, he's a manager.
I know.
Yeah, he's an old school style manager.
Man, who is you gonna manage?
And I just thought about it. Isn't ACH down in NXT now?
Yup.
That's who he manages.
You think you might manage Keith Lee? Just put together a whole stable of Negroes.
ACH, Keith Lee,
Shane Strickland.
I don't think Shane is signing with the E, fam.
It might not. He doesn't. This is the beauty of AEW. He doesn't have to go there if he doesn't want to.
Nope, he doesn't. You're absolutely right. And he actually could fit in as a floating agent between AEW and or ROH and or New Japan. The whole New Japan show coming up the weekend of WrestleMania is going to make things really, really interesting to see who goes where and what.
You realize that ROH New Japan booked Madison Square Garden for WrestleMania weekend, and since the inception of AEW, no one's been talking about it, including us.
You're absolutely right. I made mention of it, maybe if not the last episode before last, but no, definitely the last episode, because the episode before last was Black History. Fist in there.
We are the nation.
We're probably the only ones outside of people who bought tickets, and I got a feeling people who bought tickets.
Is there a card posted?
I believe there are remnants of one.
We don't need remnants. April 7th is going to be here quickly.
G1 Supercard, right?
Yeah.
All right.
New York Turn Up.
That's going to be on Fight TV, Honor Club TV, New Japan World, and on pay-per-view.
It's going to be on Fight.
So far, matches we have: Jay White, who is the IWGP Heavyweight Champion, versus the New Japan Cup winner. We have the Gods, who aren't one of them is rumored to have left or not re-signed. Is that correct?
Who they do?
The Guerrillas of Destiny, Tama Tonga and Tangaloa, Haku's boys.
That was a rumor, but I haven't seen anything concrete, so it might just be fluff.
Nah.
All right, so this is for a unification match of the IWGP and ROH tag team titles. So we have the Guerrillas of Destiny versus the Briscoe brothers. That's going to be a bloodbath. That's going to be an old school Road Warriors versus Sheep Herders style match.
One would like to think.
Well, I mean, anything's possible. It's a joint effort.
Anything's possible.
You have an Honor Rumble, which is a battle royal. Rumble Rules Battle Royal. Oh, okay. So that's going to be similar to the Royal Rumble. And then so far, this is rounding out the card. Of course, I'm sure there's going to be more. One of my top 5, not to hit the E. The Stone Pitbull, Tomohiro Ishii.
He's not gonna hit the E.
No, it's not Tomohiro Ishii. I was just being wishful.
You just gotta hit the E in his name. Ishii.
It's actually Taiji Ishimori versus Dragon Lee and Bandito for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. First of all, there's no way Tomohiro Ishii can be in this match because this is for the Junior Heavyweight Championship, and that dude is a super heavyweight. So there's that.
We ignore your rules.
Right. Bandito just signed a deal some damn where. I forgot where he signed to.
Bandito.
Oh, but it was but you got things going on with him. Ring of Honor. He just officially signed with ROH. That's what it was. And believe that's it for now. As far as that's a G1 Supercard show goes. But I'm sure there's also going to be more independent shows that are going to pop up. I'm sure you're going to see AEW sightings, signees and sightings all over New York City and New York City area. It'd be interesting to see if Cody shows up at the Hall of Fame, because I'm sure he's going to buy a ticket because he can.
Hell, he should be comped. He shouldn't have to buy a damn ticket.
Hey, when you work for the competition, when you are the competition.
See, and that's that other shit. Because Trips, he likes to establish working relationships with outside partners. It's that whole, like, why would you turn away the opportunity to establish a relationship where you all can make money? Because this is all work to begin with.
I think the whole issue is AEW wants to be a viable competitor and an alternative for WWE without having them involved. More so from the aspect of showing that Cody doesn't need them anymore and that the Bucks never needed them to begin with.
Which is absolutely true, and that'll show even more in the fact that they have an alternative product. They do not have a presentation that mirrors WWE at all. Plus, there's no...
Let's keep it a buck. They don't have a presentation right now at all, period.
Well, just going by the first pay-per-view we saw.
They don't have one.
They had a pay-per-view, so just...
No, they did not. All In was an ROH production.
Still them in charge. 90% of the people you saw at All In are probably going to be a part of AEW. if they're not under contract. So I mean, that's a fair representation of where you're going.
I hear what you're saying, but on paper they have zero.
And then you look at the talent roster. When you have Joey Ryan, you obviously know you're not doing a PG-13 presentation of anything.
Actually, there wasn't Joey Ryan.
I'm saying you have Joey Ryan on a roster.
Yeah. Okay, got you.
But what I'm saying is, and then there's not the same bad blood of Ted Turner versus Vince McMahon. To my knowledge, Old Man River doesn't have any beef with the Khan family.
He better not. Wait a minute. Wasn't Triple H just inside like their press box recently too?
Meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is this is a work. These people, like the fans, can pick sides in WWE for Universal beef with the AEW Galaxy, however the fuck that wants to go. But in real life, everybody's sitting down and having steaks and crab cakes and lobsters and shit.
Talking about who they should have signed and who they fired.
Talent trading and releasing people to go back and forth between wherever. And signing clearances.
Dig it. So
wake up.
Yeah, who else you got? You got anybody else that's leaving or coming in?
I hadn't checked. Let's scroll. Tommaso Ciampa had successful neck surgery.
Yes.
So he'll be out of TakeOver, and we wish him a speedy recovery.
Do you remember him wrestling The Undertaker on SmackDown?
Who?
What, in a former life?
Yeah, he was an attorney.
Yeah.
What?
I saw it, but I don't remember the actual match.
I remember the match. There's no way I would have put that being him.
Really? I
Really?
don't think anybody else is recently departed that's been announced. I'm scrolling. I ain't seeing. Brie Bella officially retired. Keep scrolling. McFoley's looking more like Dutch Mantel every day. Scroll.
To the surprise of absolutely no one.
Sam Roberts looks like Yosemite Sam while I'm on the whole Dutch Mantel situation.
Oh shit, Jim Ross. That's another one. Jim Ross has announced that he's not resigning. He's agreed to mutually part ways with Vince McMahon.
What is Jim Ross about to go do though?
Announced for AEW, probably.
Well, that's.
I seriously doubt he's going just to announce. I would think he's got stake.
Yeah, there would be something more at stake because right now he has absolutely nothing outside of his personal venture. Oh, outside of basically all he has is personal ventures.
Because you don't leave a job where you're getting paid to essentially be a goodwill ambassador to go work for another company that hasn't, air quotes, announced television yet.
And you had a TV deal that you could have re-signed, and that where you were basically broadcasting from the comfort of your own home or a provided studio with access for New Japan, and that's over with. The same time frame as this WWE contract's over with. It looks like.
Yeah, I don't really see nobody else.
On March 7th, Jim Ross's Black Hat Enterprises, based in Oklahoma, applied to trademark, quote, the voice of wrestling, unquote, for entertainment services, namely live appearances by a professional wrestling and sports entertainment personality. Entertainment services, namely personal appearances by a professional wrestling personality and sports entertainment personality. Entertainment services, all this nonsense related to sports entertainment and pro wrestling. Also, this just in, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, and Sean Waltman have been added to Chris Jericho's cruise for next year. So the NWO will be on the Jericho Rock and Rager cruise, or Rock and Rager at Sea 2.
But you see what I mean? Like NWO at this point is a registered trademark of WWE, but he's going to be on they're going to be on a Chris Jericho cruise, and Chris Jericho is a signee of AEW. All wrestlers kick it with each other regardless of company, and all this intermingling and mixing of identities and properties and intellectual properties and all this shit. Just know that there's a work involved here somewhere.
Charlotte Flair was married to a TNA talent while he was under roster and under contract.
There you have it.
And of course, they were living in the same city, which made it way easier.
So.
And Tampa's only 45 minutes from Orlando, so I'm sure there's a lot more in bed going on, than what we know of.
And it doesn't necessarily have to mean that one is funding the other or bankrolling or anything. It just means that, look, at the end of the day, there is far too large of a percentage of wrestling audience that can watch both. I'm going to watch both when they're both available to watch. I don't have to be, fan loyal to one and not watch the other. I'm going to watch great wrestling product wherever it is.
Wherever it lands. And speaking of, again, I keep telling people, on Pluto, Impact Wrestling has their own channel, and they give away pay-per-views. They got plenty of that GWN content that's on there.
On the planet, Pluto?
No, Pluto TV. It's an app.
I know it's an app. I'm just saying. Ain't nobody catching it unless you on Pluto.
Well, I mean,
buy a damn commercial.
Find a network home.
Get a Twitch channel. They
got one. No one gives a shit. Petty Messiah, do you have anything to add before we sign off?
Oh, yeah.
Suave, take us to the house.